Doesn't tell you when you're live. Okay, we are live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Shout out to the people who the bus boys and servers and the dishwashers and the street cleaners. Shout out to the barbers in the barber shop. Shout out to the hairdressers and beauticians in the beauty salons. Shout out to the nail techs. Shout out to construction workers, heavy equipment operators. Whatever it is you do for a living, shout out to you. You get up, you get out, you go get it. Shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. It's a beautiful day. Today is the 16th of September 2025, and we are happy to be here. We start the day out by giving thanks because we know that we were selected and gifted to be here on this special day. Every day is a special day. Today is another special day. All right. Big up everybody tuning in. As you can see, the chat is closed this morning to those whose names are in green. But of course, we have people on the outside watching. Big up to them also. Lovely Anika is in the building bright and early. Thank you for being here and being the first one in. So make sure you like the live as soon as him go live. Big up yourself. Thank you. Thank you, babe. All right. PG is in the building with us this morning as well. Miss Goldie Robinson is with us this morning as well. Audrey Wright is in the building, says morning fam and present teacher. And hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live, please. Miss Goldie Robinson again, Patricia Jackson, and let me see who else is here. Rosalind Smichael is with us this morning. Big up yourself, Rosalind. Thank you for being here. S Diva. We'll start charging SouFlo a late fee. Jesus Christ. But you know, sir, before I would late, Let's Bond TV, 5 up. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here, Wayne Nathan. Mistress B Talks Health and Wellness with a Twist is here with us as well. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Stacey Ann is in the building. Rizabella is with us. Elaine Brown is with us. Nans checking in. Thank you for being here, friend. Marilyn Grant says, good morning, SouFlo and everyone. All the way from Great Britain. Please like the live. Kaz Robinson is with us this morning as well. Thank you for being here, Jazzy Lady. And Grace Tennant is also with us this morning as well. Yeah, me late, but me not too late. I was 4 minutes late this morning. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. That's it. You know, me usually late like 15 minutes and these kind of things. I was late for about 4 minutes. Uh, I like to do Kai's here every morning before he goes, or me like drop them off to school. So wifey is here again this morning, so she's gonna do the drop off this morning. Um, and I get another chance to start earlier than usual because we normally start at like 8 or 9 when she's not around. So big up to Shakira. She's gonna assume those duties so we can enjoy ourselves and do this right there. So all right, so here I am. Sheldon, well done. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Audrey said, true, you're late. The school the school gate didn't lock. All right. Man, we got a lot to talk about this morning. Shout out to my Florida people. Let me give you all the topics and you choose where to start. That's always fun. All right. So Florida becomes an open carry state. That's one. Delta State University in Mississippi. Trey Reed, if y'all don't know about that, strange fruits hanging from southern trees. That's two. Um, well, I'll announce that by itself. Junelle Bromfield, which is the Junelle Bromfield, which is the fiance of Noah Lyles, Jamaican athlete Junelle Bromfield. She answered critics yesterday about her track career. That's three. And Asafa Powell, again, about JPS. That's 4. Where do you want to start? That caller that was calling just now, please call back. I just hooked the phone up to the speakers. I want to start something that actually this is where I'll start. You choose where I start. Elaine Turner, big up Elaine. Thank you. I appreciate you greatly. Elaine Turner says good morning. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, my brother.
Yes, brother. What go on?
Blessings and manners in my morning.
Manners and respect, fam.
You know what people more I'd plan it for this man. I do a video about it.
What?
But come September 25th, we carry in a floor.
Oh man,
know what you think about that.
You know, say that is what we're talking about this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
What phone there you this man? Never hear it mentioned.
Okay.
All right, let's see. I word. Manners and respect.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So we're on that topic. We're on it. So Elaine Turner, appreciate you greatly for that. Says good morning. So I can't turn up and down in the live chat this morning, huh? I will continue listening. I love freebie Mondays. Elaine, I appreciate you greatly. But Elaine, that $10 right there could be your monthly membership, and you could turn up and down in the chat as you wish, unless you are somewhere where it is not available to you. Then that might be the problem. All right, so this announcement I have to make before we get into anything else, right? Nobody, Janelle, love her response. Let me see. Okay, they did say what they wanted to hear first. Hey, SouFLo and everyone. That's British Jamaican girl. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Morning, fam. Hanging fruits, strange fruit. Strange fruit, we got one Junelle, the rest is strange fruit. We will start out with strange fruits. Before we start out with strange fruits, I told y'all that there was something here that Mervin, you see him in the chat. Mervin the Point Jamaica Kerr came up with this. And we are in partnership with us. Mervin, I put this together mostly, but it's in partnership with us, right? And this is like, let's bring a Jamaican back for Christmas. I want to listen carefully because somebody needs this and somebody is going to get this and enjoy this very well. This can save somebody thousands of dollars. Let's bring a Jamaican back to for Christmas. For whatever reason, it says that we hear on the show, we hear all the time Jamaicans abroad who are disconnected, who can't visit because they have no relatives there in Jamaica anymore. Grandmother dead, she was the last person. Everybody else gone overseas. I wasn't in touch with the other people them who were there, far removed from my family. So I haven't been back in years and years and years. Well, we are willing to host either an individual or a couple. It's one room this Christmas. This is an exclusive offer to a paid subscriber of this platform. That means your name has to appear in green when the chat goes live, right? Okay. This is an exclusive offer, again, to a paid subscriber, and the conditions are as follows. Watch this. No family in Jamaica, and you haven't been back for over 5 years because of no connections. So you have to fall into the category of, I don't even have my family there anymore. Like, all my family gone. And the ones who are there, we don't know them like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? The next one is we can accommodate one person, whether it's a male or a female, it's open to both, or a couple together. So because it's one room, that's going to be available. So the couple, it would be fitting for a wife and husband or a boyfriend and girlfriend type situation, common law, or it would be fitting for a mother and son or a father and son or a father and mother and daughter. You get the drift, right? Right. Or a one person move. Persons will find that his or her round trip airfare has to come out of your pocket. So you're going to pay to get to Jamaica. And if you make it to the Montego Bay Sangster International Airport, then that would be ideal because then you would also be offered your pickup and your drop off. The day you fly in, somebody will be there to pick you up. The day you're supposed to fly out, somebody will be there to get you to your location to fly back out on time. Preferably Sangsters International, Montego Bay. There's an age stipulation to this, which I understand. You must be 37 years and above. 37 and above. I know somebody are gonna say, why you put the age in there? Because 37 and above is usually like a mature minded person. At least, go and let them have some sense and probably have some things to lose in life too. So they're not with the all out risky behavior and put other people at risk too. So 37 and above is the age group. And this window is open from December 22nd to January 3rd. You can go for the whole December 22nd to January 3rd, or you can go from December 23rd to January 1st, or to the last day of December, but that is the functioning window from December 22nd to January 3rd. May I remind y'all, if you're going to Jamaica at this time of the year, peak season, and you're deciding to, oh, I haven't been back in a while, I have to stay in an all-inclusive, or I have to stay in a hotel, or I have to go book my own room and board and stuff, that's a lot of money at this time of the year. A lot of money for transportation, a lot of money for accommodation. But those two things are taken off the table for you. I go to Jamaica a lot. And every time I go to Jamaica, if I don't stay at my people, I'm at my own place. When I go stay Airbnb or whatever, and I get nice places to stay in, just the car, the vehicle that we choose, the vehicle costs more than the actual place where we stay. I remember, I know, we stay at what you would call luxury places. And the vehicle costs more than that for the time that we're there. Just to give you an idea, if you haven't been back in a while, how the expenses work out and what you would be saving, right? And it's from December 22nd to January 3rd. He or she, whether you be either or they, must be flexible to travel with the party that's going to be hosting you to various authentic places and events that will be happening around that time of the year. That part of the year in Jamaica is super festive. Super festive. All type of something I want. If you're selected to go, you're going to be with Mervyn them move around in Jamaica. So them not sit down upon them hand and just their yard looking out. There's a lot to go out and see and do and enjoy Jamaica that time of the year. I would say Jamaica is festive that time of the year. The only place I've seen that is like that, I was watching vlogs from Ghana. It was in Ghana, and I believe it was two places in Africa I was watching vlogs from that were like super festive. I saw Jamaica State that time of the year. It's super festive. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, right? But you must be flexible. You can't be one of the people them that come and say, "Me no want to go nowhere. Me just want to stay inside." Because the goal is to get you acclimated back to where you haven't been for a long time, to show you some of the niceness that you've been missing, and to hopefully spark that fire inside of you. So next year you're like, oh no, I got to return again. Boom, I'm back on my own, right? Right. The next one is you must bring your pocket money, and your pocket money should be between 45 to 70 US dollars per day. This is not what you're going to be charged from anybody. This is money, so you're going to be spending your own money. Because people are already offering you your free accommodation and your free transportation and taking you all over the place with them. The people, them, when we are drive around, we stop and we see a jerk hut and we see this and that, and you want some pepper shrimps or you want some of that. We would like to know that you feel independent, like you can dip in your own pocket and buy your own thing, you know, and see how the thing work like that. So having your own money, 45 to 70 US dollars per day would be a good, ideal frame right there. Uh, okay. Also, your pickup and your drop off from the airport, that's covered as well. And we provide your accommodation and meals, and they travel with us around for the holidays, and they get a real Jamaican experience. After that person is selected, then we will share the information, who to get in touch with, and how we take it from there. Here's my thing. This is what you're going to have to do to be selected. I'm going to do this on a separate video again, so the video stands on its own. And I wanted to do it the first thing this morning before we get into all the other topics, so it's not lost. You're going to have to write to SouFLoTV. Okay? Hi, pretty. Hi, my gorgeous. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Let me remove that off the screen for the baby. All right, Melania's on her way to school. Mm-hmm. I love you, mommy.
Love you, Daddy.
Now give me my hug up. Daddy, see you soon, okay?
Daddy.
All right, go have fun.
Taking some Pepsi.
I will. Go have fun. And say bye to the people. Tell them have a good day.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. The picnic them grow fast, man. Look at Melania was born during the pandemic. And pandemic just a couple of years ago. And she is book bag on back, walking out the door to school already. Boy. Papa. Kai. I'm about to tell you what you have to do to get this right here, to be selected. I want to say bye to Kai first. Kai, don't want to tell me good later. You don't have to get on camera, Pop. Let me go check, Kai. Have a good day. All right. I have to go say bye to Kai. Kai is running late. Kai put on shoes on, all these things going out the door. So this is what you're gonna have to do, right? To be selected for this, I want you to write to SouFLoTV@gmail.com, and you're going to write a short letter or a long letter, whichever way you want to do it. You can do a 12-page novel, or you can do 2 paragraphs or whatever, but it's gonna have to be impactful. Just explain to me how long you haven't been back and why you want to go back now and these kind of things, right? Or why you would want this particular deal. How would it benefit you? The deadline for that will be September 22nd. Today is the 16th that this is being announced. Today I will do another video and put that up on its own so it stands on its own. The deadline for your SouFLoTV at gmail.com will be September 22nd. The winner will be announced on September 23rd. I'm pushing that timeline because it will give whoever is selected enough time to get your dollars and cents together. And the only thing that I'm asking of you is that you do not apply if you have uncertainties. Some people have uncertainties. Like they're like, me no know enough because if Pauline call me around the 22nd, then me nah can make it. But don't if you only apply if you are absolutely sure that if you're selected, you will be going, right? Because if you do that, then you might rob somebody else of an opportunity who was 100% sure that they would have been going. Now we can't only do one person or two people as a couple. Please do not apply if you have uncertainties and you might be likely to cancel last minute. That's all we ask. All right, so it's SouFLoTV, SouFLoTV at gmail.com, and express yourself why you want this. I need this vacation. Explain in a paragraph or two or however long why you want it, and stuff like that. Roddy's daughter said, "Chuck, pick me." Those of you who can't be a part of this are the ones. If I have seen you, you know who me I talk. If I've seen you at airport when me going and you coming, or me coming and you going, then me know say you are a frequent flyer to Jamaica and you don't qualify for this. This is for Mervin wants to bring back people who haven't been home in a while, who have lost their way. You know what I mean? That's it. Morning, Charla. Charla's Law is in the building with us this morning. Karen Notice is also here. Karen Notice says, if I didn't have my mom to take care of, then I'd definitely try this. Good luck to everyone. Right. So again, September 22nd is your deadline for you to write in to SouFLoTV at gmail.com. And the winner will be announced on September 23rd. And I beg you, please do not apply if you have things going on and you are not too certain, or if it's likely that you might draw out at the last minute or somewhere along the line, because you might rob somebody else who is 100% certain. So you have to be 100% certain. All right? All right. With that said, let's get right into our morning. The first topic, live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning
Good morning,
to
family.
you and the family.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Awesome.
Calling to ask you a favor. Would you consider doing this for next year? I got to get my passport renewed.
Would we consider doing it for next year?
Yeah.
Well, I think we have to see how the first one goes first. So it's one step at a time. We'll deal with it this year.
Cool.
Thinking positively, we would say yes, but we'll see how the first one goes first.
Beautiful.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right,
you and
my
the
friend.
family.
You too.
So long. Bye.
All right. When I see your children, it reminds me of how time flies fast. Yes, Kaz, when I see the children, it reminds me of how time flies fast too. Them start make up name for me now, old man. I'm like, old man? Boy, I'm not old. Can run faster than you and everything like that. Still stronger than you, bigger than you, but old man. I don't know about the run faster than part now, cause yeah, some of them fast. But all right, let's get into our topics. And the first one that was chosen for the morning was strange fruits hanging from southern trees. Lisa, and we have to tiptoe around this topic. We're not gonna beat around the bush and say it. We gotta tiptoe around this topic. And the reason why we have to tiptoe around this topic is because there's a lot going on right now in our space. That is a lot going on right now. A lot going on right now. So Delta State University student body was found hanging in a tree, and they've put out that no foul play was suspected. Now, if you look at my icon for this video this morning, you will see his picture. To the right, it is the young black man who is wearing the bow tie, the pink bow tie. Delta State University staff found the body of Demar Travion Trey Reed, a 21-year-old student hanging from a tree in the middle of campus, on Monday morning. Right there, so I have so many questions already. In the middle of campus. First of all, it's 2025. If I'm calling for CCTV systems to be installed in every government building in Jamaica, small Jamaica, then I must expect that that was done in the United States of America at a big university like Delta State. So it shouldn't be a guessing game how he got there. It should be more like we are reviewing the footage, right? Okay. Anyways, it says that he was found in the middle of campus on Monday morning. His death has set off a wave of mourning across the university and prompted the cancellation of centennial events for the 100-year-old institution. Delta State University police held a press event on Monday afternoon quickly announcing that no foul play is suspected in Reed's death and no threat to campus has been perceived. He was found in the morning. By the afternoon, a press conference was held by law enforcement saying no foul play. That was quick. That was super quick. Super quick. And you know, I'm going to play devil's advocate in this one, but hang on for a minute. So at approximately 7:05 a.m., university police was notified of what appeared to be the body of a black male that was hanging from a tree at Central Campus near the DSU pickleball course. Said Delta State University Chief of Police Michael Peeler. We later identified that male suspect to be this individual of Grenada, Mississippi. At first, when I saw it, I thought they said of Grenada, Caribbean island, but apparently there's a Grenada in Mississippi. Bolivar County Deputy Coroner Murray Rourke told Mississippi Free Press in a September 15th interview that he assisted his colleague, Deputy Coroner Dwayne Proctor, in examining the body. And contrary to all the rumors on social media, Rohr said that there were no evidence of broken arms. The rumor that I got last night before I saw this morning, and y'all might have heard it too, was that both arms and both legs were broken. Both arms and both legs were broken, which I said this morning, if both arms on our morning live, where I notify you what time we're going live, I said both arms, both legs are broken, which rules out self-harm. Because if you throw your hand and leg broke, how you gonna climb up one tree and do all that to yourself? Well, two coroners have come forward, the assistant and the lead coroner who did the examination of the body has come forward to say that that's a rumor on social media. The truth is they found no broken bones. I saw no broken bones, said Rourke, and he declined to elaborate any further, stating that the case was still under investigation. He said, I don't think I should probably discuss this any further than that. My opinion is that this was self-done, and I have my reasons for that as well. Peeler said an investigation into Reed's death is ongoing, and he had no further comments on the details of Reed's passing, pending a release of a full autopsy. Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is assisting in this investigation. Delta State University campus was closed on Monday. After the discovery, they shut the campus down. But Delta State University President Dr. Dan Ennis echoed campus police and said that officials do not believe any threat to schools, students, or community exists, and also said that the normal operations were expected to return soon. I've spoken to Trey's family and I've expressed our heartbreak, Ennis said in a press conference yesterday, adding that the conversation with student leaders over prior services were also ongoing. Peeler stressed that Delta State University is still a safe campus. Delta State University is a beautiful place to be, the campus police chief said. It's unfortunate that this loss had taken place, and this comes heavy to our campus. But this is still a beautiful place to be. All right. Now everybody is triggered, right? People are start talking about Emmett Tills. Please remember that what happened to Emmett Tills was only about 11 miles away from this campus right here. And, you know, given what just happened to that individual who was executed while he was at a campus giving his speech, and then HBCUs, but this is not a HBCU. HBCUs came under threat following shortly after that. You know, there's a lot going on about the HBCUs. I said to myself, isn't this like people are walking around mad at what their own has done to them, but choosing to take it out on somebody else? Like, you know who did it to you, but you don't want to take it out on them, so you're going to take it out on somebody else, right? Follow what I'm saying, where I'm going with this? The family hasn't said much, except for they don't think that it's self-inflicted. They don't think that it's self-inflicted. I'm going to play devil's advocate for a minute. I've seen quite a few of these happen, not just in Mississippi. Our community, it's easier to believe that that's what's happening. Like those with the cross and the white sheets and the hood came and got him and dragged him to that tree and hung him up on a tree, you know, it was a lynching. It's easy to believe that given the climate and the location and all that. But could it be? Could it be that this brother was tired and checked out? Could it be that he was tired and checked out? I've seen, speaking for myself only, about 95% of these situations where it's a Black person that took themselves out, the Black community immediately says foul play. Somebody did that to him immediately. This is one of the hardest pills for you to swallow when you find out that your family member did that for themselves. And our community is still behind, far behind, when it comes to checking on your people, making sure they're okay, and dealing with mental health issues and wellness. So it's real easy to say they're covering up something. I can bet, I can bet that in a time like this, there are cameras on campus. Every campus has cameras, especially in the outside areas, main areas. Why? Because people's children go there. And if anything happens to them and that institution cannot account for what happened, they could be sued to the last penny. So they always want to make sure that they cover themselves also. You know what I'm saying? So the footage should be there. It just happened. I would say give it a minute, have them go through the footage, and then we're going to hear, well, he was seen on camera walking to this location by himself, climbing the tree, and then bam. And then that would take care of. I mean, it just happened. And I understand that a lot of people are triggered. Again, because of the climate, because of what's happening right now, because of how America is right now. Right? You got to understand, the climate don't have anything to do with, like, the climate is the climate, but people been suffering before we got to where we're at now with the climate. People been having their issues, and people still having their issues that are separate from the climate. You understand? People still have family problems. People still have relationship issues. People still have financial issues. People still have imbalance of chemicals in the brain issues. People still have what I learned in school about S ideology and self, that can start as early as 9 years old, but it becomes prominent around that same age, that same age group. When you hit like 21, 22, 23, I believe the number is to 27 or 28. I would say up to 30, but textbook says to 27, I believe it is, or 28. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if you went through the same thing in school. It's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched. We have to wait and see. It was too quick. It was too quick. Now, what I will say is this. It was too quick for them to come out and do a press conference and say, no foul play is suspected. But then again, they said suspected. They didn't say no foul play was found. They say so far no foul play is suspected. We got to wait. It happened yesterday. So we have to wait. Right? There is a lot going on right now. And it's funny how one set of people is always blamed for everything. I mean, I said it this morning, you know, it feels like you're in a pressure cooker at some point. Why one set of people are blamed for everything, even when that one set of people have absolutely nothing to do with the situation? Their names get called in it. They're put in it. They're victimized because of it. We have to wait. We have to wait. I'm not a believer in sparking a fire and then running away from it when it's blazing out of control. Oh, we should have controlled the blaze. And then later on you find out that the blaze wasn't even necessary. Why did you spark that? I would say wait. And social media is a hell of a thing. You know what I found out about social media is kind of like this experiment that they did. I think we did this experiment probably we did it in college, but we did it in junior high too, and high school, or was it junior high? Remember where they line everybody up, right? It's like 20 students lined up on chairs going down the hall. And up here, we start by saying, Sally doesn't have a boyfriend. And you got to pass it on. And to the next person, you have to say what you heard. To the next person, Sally doesn't have a boyfriend. Pass it on. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 20 people. By the time you hit the fifth person, Sally doesn't have a boyfriend changes to Sally has a boyfriend. By the time you hit the 10th person, it changes to Sally has two boyfriends. By the time it hit the 15th person, it changes to something totally different. By the time it hit the 20th person and they ask the 20th person what to say, the 20th person says, Sally has two boyfriends, but just broke up with one of her boyfriends. So now she's thinking of not having any boyfriends. And the person who started it by saying Sally doesn't have a boyfriend is looking at everybody else like, how the hell did it become that? And it just went 20 people down. This is a real experiment, right? How did it become that when it just went 20 people down? Sally love, oh my, yo, bunches. Yo, but check it. The crazy part about it is this. This is how humans work. When asked, what do you think the original message was? They choose the last one. And they say, Sally doesn't have a boyfriend right now, but she had two boyfriends, right? And the person who started it says, that's not what I said. I said Sally doesn't have a boyfriend. How many people here believe the last message versus the first message? All it takes is the first 5 persons to say, I believe the last message. And then nobody else wants to be left out of that group because that group is growing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. By the time the group splits in half, where 10 or more of them are saying the end message, which is the wrong message, the other 10 are looking like, I can't be left over here in this small group. 12, 13, 14. There's only one person left sticking to the true one, and maybe the person next to them who they told it to. 2 people, 18 others went with and chose to go with the last person, with the last message, which is completely different from what the first message was. So I say that to say this. The internet is somewhere where if you're not careful, you will easily get riled up on the internet. You will easily get riled up. Yeah, they killed him. Yep. Them mother effers killed him. That's what's going on. They coming for us. They're coming for us. We got to start. And then you start getting paranoid because that's what's being displayed, and it starts to seep into your psyche. At this point, I believe America is a failed experiment. Black and white cannot successfully live together, not because of us, but because of their ideologies. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But Golden Cheese Cookie said at this point, that's what you believe. Grace Tennant said we used to do it around the dining table. Yeah, it's a real experiment, and it's used in colleges, universities. It started from even high school and junior high school, just to show you. People do not like to be left out. Even when it's bad, they don't like to be left out. They would rather jump on the bandwagon of something bad just because they don't want to be in the numbers. Why should I be over here standing alone or with only 5 people when 50,000 people are over here saying something else? I want to be with the 50,000 because it's festive over there. But I'm telling y'all, we got to wait this out. We got to wait this out. You see, now comes comments like these. And I'm not faulting you for your comment. I'm just showing you what comes out of this. At this point, I believe America is a failed experiment and black and white cannot successfully live together, not because of us, but because of their ideologies. Like, I've been here over 30 years. I've been here over 30 years. I've seen the good. I've seen the bad. Could I say it's a failed experiment? I can't say that. I can't say that. I've learned my lesson here. You know, there's good and bad in everybody. Every set of people have their good people and then their bad people. Among us, one of the biggest mistakes we make is thinking all of us are good and all of them are bad. You notice I haven't called anybody's descriptive characteristics or their race, name, or anything specifically. I'm just, your mind is putting this together. I'm speaking vaguely and your mind is putting it together because you're already conditioned in a certain way to think certain things. And then again, based on the climate, what's happening now, current events, I'm showing you. So yeah, I've learned that now, man. I'm a more wiser person now. That I couldn't say failed experiment. I couldn't, because I've seen us do us the worst ways, and I've seen us continue to do us the worst ways with no motivation from anybody else to do it. Nobody didn't even come and say, "I'm gonna pay you to do. Let me pay you to do this to your own." Like, we do it willingly. Then we say yesterday that we teach the world how to treat us. We teach the world how to treat us by how we treat each other. I'll give you an example if you don't believe that that's true. And I will argue this with anybody if you don't believe that that is true. When you look around you, right, and you see like a police beat down or somebody dragged from their vehicle and beaten on the side of the road, or most of these unjust things, don't you notice that it's almost always Black or African American or Black person is the victim or being victimized? Ask where the Chinese are at. They drive on the same roads that we drive on. You can't say they don't drive where we drive. Ask where are they in this? Chinese, Japanese, Indians, Asians. Ask where are the Asians? How come they're not getting the same treatment? Do you know why? Because they have a community, a real community that stands on business and knows how to hit where it hurts. And the perpetrator does not want to be hit where it really hurts. So the perpetrator goes after those who are not as much solidified as a community. We talk a good game. We talk a good game. It's like the brothers who are getting on the video and saying all that stuff about if Trump send hey man, this is my message to Donald Trump. Don't be sending no troops out here. Because in Chicago, we a whole different breed. People gonna be losing their family members. You talk a good game. And we talk so convincingly that you would actually believe that that's for real. Same way we talk about togetherness, same way we talk about standing up for our own, same way we talk a good game, right? But we don't really act on it. And they know that. They know that. Another example, I saw them bragging how we've brought Target to its knees because we protested. Target got rid of their DEI agenda, and we are getting rid of Target. And Target's CEO is stepping down, and we're affecting change. We're hitting them where it hurts. Well, that lasted for a little while. It was just like show them that we're powerful and then go back to them. So now Target's stocks are going back up. I mean, when I drive by Target and I look, I see a whole lot of black people over there. Some communities, once they cut you off because you've done them wrong, they're never coming back. But they know that that's not how we are. The Negroes might protest. They march a lot. They're loud. They might protest. They might. They love to protest. Let's see if we can stall them out. Let's see if we could wait them out. They'll be back. They'll be back because they can't get it anywhere else. They don't have their own stores. They'll be back eventually. And then we back. And they laugh and keep collecting your money and then treat you like shit again. You know, I'm just saying. Action. Not a bagamo. Lady J, big up yourself. Thanks for joining us. It's triggering, and it's easy to go along with the crowd, and it's easy to think that that's exactly what happened to that young man on that campus. We know what it is. You know what I'm saying? What I will say, though, is this. Even without this particular situation, be prepared at all times. Not much has changed in America. Be prepared. I'll give you an example. I took a contract, right? In the field of occupational therapy. I took a contract. I was out in Texas. And there was another brother out there. When we meet on the road and you go to one of these facilities and you see somebody else that's like you're like, oh, two flies in the buttermilk. Oh, come here. You like want to hug them up because not many of us are out there. Well, this brother was married to a Caucasian sister. He was married to a Caucasian woman. He had biracial children. He was the kind of brother who thought all was well with the world. You know, everybody loves me. And all the people who are like my wife love me, kind of thing. I've never been that type of person. I really deal with people individually. Because I know anybody is capable of anything, right? Couldn't tell them nothing. When I'm traveling, I travel fully loaded. I travel ready to go. In case my vehicle leave me on the side of the road, because some of the places we take contracts, I'm telling you, there are no buildings and nobody is coming to help you for miles. Like out in the canyons. All you see is like if you ever watch them old cowboy movies when they're way out in the canyons and you just see the dust dunes and the red mountains. That's where we way out there. Your car break down out there and you hear what your kind doing around here, boy. So I'm fully loaded. I'm ready to defend me. And I always told myself, if my car break down, somebody got to pick me up and drop me to another location. As soon as I jump in their vehicle, I'm putting my hand in my bag. It's in my hand. I'm firing through the bag. One is in the chamber, fingers on the trigger, ready to go. It's not going to be a case of they dragged me and did this and did that, and I was found over there. Shots were fired. Even if I don't make it, shots were fired. I try to explain that. They don't listen. Come one Monday morning, back to the facility. Brother man's missing. It's not like him to be missing. It's not like any of the travel therapists them to be missing. You're on contract. They got to replace you immediately. They're trying to reach him, can't reach him. His wife is frantic, can't find him. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. I already know what it was. I thought they would never find him, but then they found him. And they found him way off, not far from where his car broke down, way off in some deep woods, stripped naked, and his thing was cut off and put in his mouth, and one whole heap of something, mutilated. And I thought to myself, wow, he couldn't see. He just couldn't see. So I say to you, in this particular case, the Delta State University Trey Reed case, don't be triggered. Pay attention. It just happened. They still got to review video footage. They still have to talk to people. Whatever investigations, they have not made their final findings. But still, don't walk around sleeping like everything is all good. The funny thing is, as long as I've been on YouTube, I've been talking about this. We did a video here years ago where we said to our Jamaican, specifically community, is life safer in Jamaica versus the US? And we weighed the pros and the cons. And I said, well, when I'm in Jamaica and I reverse the car out the driveway and I go down the street, I don't ever worry that a white cop who has some preconceived notion about my people or people like me is going to pull me over claiming it's for a backlight that went out, and this is going to escalate to the point where I lose my life. That's not a worry. But then when I'm in the US, where I'm at, I can work and earn and own nice things and not be paranoid. Because nobody is looking at me about, yeah, me could go rob him. I SouFLo that no dog. Yeah, him live up a big house up there, so yeah, me could go rob him. And we weighed all the pros and all the cons, and basically we were looking for which place is more healthier to be at. But one of the things that I said was, do not let this place lull you to sleep with this false sense of security. Because I always say I don't have any crime and violence where I live at. The people who know me now, who see me around town all the time now, only live right which part me live. And some of you are members of this channel now. SouFLo, where you do? I mean, no say I say you live. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Where we're at, we don't have nothing going on. Nothing. Police pulling people over for traffic infractions. That's about it. So comparing Jamaica to where I'm at now, a bit unfair, but if I should, I feel safer. Here, I tell people how I go to sleep with my garage door up sometimes by accident and my side door to the entrance of my house open, or my keys left in my front door, or, you know, with the front door open, no, and nobody does anything. I go away for 2 weeks. I come back, all my Amazon packages are on my front porch still. All the orders that I made are on my front porch still. 2 weeks, I'm gone. All the packages are still on the front porch when I come back. But don't let that make you think that you're in the safest place in the world, because you must still remember where you're at and what happens here. In the Delta State University case, Trey Reed case, I cannot say for certain, so I don't even want to push that. That's what happened to him, and that's what they're doing to us. I don't want to push that yet. I got to hear more first. I got to see more first. Somebody asked earlier, how's his family taking it? What are they saying? What are their thoughts on this? All that has to be a part of the investigation. The investigators got to go speak to his family members. How was he the last few days leading up to, did you see anything different about him? Was he giving away some of his favorite things? Some of y'all can learn from this when you check in on your loved ones. We've said this before. We'll say it again. If you really care about somebody, stop doing this that we were trained to do. This is one of the biggest ones right here. We were trained. You were conditioned to say, what, everything all right? It's your favorite person, your favorite auntie, your favorite uncle, your cousin, your brother, your sister. Everything all right, Julie? Julie say, yeah, man, everything good. You say, all right, then later. And you look at Julie and you know that Julie is not, but she is way beside herself. Her tone is off. Her mannerisms off. Even the way she's carrying herself off. And you go, everything all right? Yeah, man, all right, later. We have to start to become the people who go, everything all right, Julie? Really look upon Julie. Everything all right? And she said, yeah, man, everything good. And you said, you sure everything good? Come here. Me notice you're not laughing no more. You used to be so jovial. What happened? Something have you down? You know, you want to talk to somebody about something? Because that's the first thing we do. A man told me one day, he said, just greet people and say hi. That's it. Don't say nothing else. I actually said, what's up, man? How you doing? He said, you don't want to know how I'm doing. I was like, damn, why you be in my mind? I was like, why the hell he be so aggressive and different? You know, it's customary for somebody to say, how you doing? And you like, you don't know, I can't call it. I'm doing all right. You all right? All right. Have a good day. Later. Peace. Bye. Whatever. That man said, don't ask nobody how you doing if you're not prepared to sit around and listen to how they're doing. Because as soon as I start to tell you how I'm doing, you walk away. So why are you asking me how I'm doing? Just say hi. I said, okay. So for the people you care about, look upon them when you ask them how them doing. Tell them, say you see the differences. Tell them you see the differences. That's how you check on your own. His family member, his friend, his loved ones, his lover, if he has one, somebody knows something was off, if anything was off. All that will probably come out later. Again, along with video footage that covers the central part of the campus. Speaking from a personal place, that's somewhere where everybody is going to see what that was. I have a picture of the campus. Y'all can go look up Delta State University Central Campus. I have a picture of the campus, an aerial picture of the campus. If that was going to be a drag and pull and just over here string them up, that would be about the worst place to do it, because everybody would see what happened there. Yeah. And usually when people do it in such public places, it's because they want to be found right away. The human mind is funny. Some people will think out to their very last minute, like my brother did. What he wanted to wear. This is the last set of clothes I'll be wearing. How I want to be found. So I'll choose the location. It comes down to checking on our own. Comes down to checking on our own. Bancher says somebody saw something. It's a public area. Nobody might have seen anything depending on what time it happened. If it happened in the middle of the night, people are out, school is in session, classes in the morning, gone out of bed, or just not looking out the window. That can happen really fast. And if it's shaded by a big tree, you might be looking over there and still not see it because it's not something that you're expecting to see. So somebody might not have seen something, but their surveillance cameras would surely have picked up whatever happened in the quad, in the central area of that school. Yeah, Audrey, campus security, they're there. They do their rounds, but they can't be everywhere at once. And campus security do the same rounds. Campus people will study the routine of campus security and time it, just like how a robber would do it. Gated communities, having people breaking into houses in gated communities that have roving guards, we call it. Security guards that take shifts going around the entire place, right? And people still enter and break into people's houses in there and make off with their goods. And the guard didn't see them. Camera caught them, but the guard didn't see them because they can't be everywhere at once. My son is away at college right now. He's on a campus too. And the campus that the school that he is in is, it got some black folks in there, but it's a predominantly white school that he is in. It's a predominantly white university. And when I saw this story, I started getting paranoid. But there's nothing you could do but check on your own. Check on your own. And we'll wait to see what else comes out of this story. Right? That's all we can do. My condolences goes out to his family, though. I know they're torn apart. Let's do one last check just to see something. I just want to see if there are any updated, if there's any updated info about what his family has to say about it. Let's go have a look real quick. His name is Trey Reed, for short. And let's see what his family says. Nothing from them yet. Nothing from them yet. Nope. Nothing from them yet. The family isn't even saying nothing. Me and you both, PG. Me and you both. I'm side-eyeing the story, but we're not going to run with a false narrative, though. Right? False narrative cause panic. Panic cause misconceptions. Next thing you know, we have a whole different something going on that isn't even necessary. So I'm side-eyeing the story as well, but I'm not going to run with it. I'm not going to run with a false narrative. And then also the campus that he is on, it's 52% majority white, 36% blacks. It's in Mississippi. It's in a location where the history of lynching is well documented there. But there's nothing to go off of. On behalf of respect for our family, please. This is okay. So this is what the family said. According to the Mississippi Free Press, now a video of the scene has been circulating online. Somebody saw it after the fact, took a picture or video, and it's been circulating online, prompting a Facebook account that belongs to a woman named Lachey Reed, presumably a relative of Trey Reed, to take to social media accounts to speak on behalf of the family. On behalf, she said, or out of respect for our family, please do not post no videos or anything. Keep us in your prayers. The Reed family, the Tillman family, the woman posted, along with a photo of Trey and other family members. She said, what's done in the dark will come to light. And that's it. Nothing else was said. So all we can say is end this piece right here and go on to talk about something else by saying, don't be sleepwalking out here. Know what time it is. Gather your circle close, protect your own, protect yourself. Yes, we're eyeing this story with a side eye, but we're not going to run with a false narrative. So we will wait until what comes out, the more that will come out, and then we will move forward from there, right? And most of all, though, we send our condolences out to the family or surviving family members of Trey Reed. That's that. I'm leaving that one right there. Moving on. Did y'all know that Florida, how many people in here are from Florida or live in Florida? If you're from Florida or you live in the state of Florida, put 1 in the comment section, please. Just type a 1 in the comment section if you're from here or live here. Let me see. My people, them unruly, see? Oh, you can't find the 1. All right. Me, Mervin. Mervin, big up yourself. Mervin, I finally checked the email. I put the information out this morning, and I'll do another video later so the information stands on its own. We'll get it together. Okay, so there are not that well, there are quite a few of us here. I'm seeing starting with Mervin, Audrey, Donna, Charla, Raddy's daughter, PG. PG, you bring the bikes out, huh? Murray's message 411 TV. Peter G, Stacian, Mistress B talks health and wellness with a twist. Okay, for my Florida audience, right? Are you all aware that Florida has now become an open carry state? Are you aware? Florida has now become an open carry state. Which means you should be going outside to see big guns everywhere now. Everybody is going to be bringing their guns out. Guns everywhere. And one man might have a 9mm and the next man might sling an AK-47 across his back. Florida has become an open carry state. Florida is now an open carry state because the courts struck down the state's open carry ban as unconstitutional, with Florida's Attorney General James Youthmeyer declaring the ban unenforceable as of last week. The First District Court of Appeal ruled the ban conflicted with historical firearm traditions protected by the Second Amendment. So while Florida open carry law is now legally invalid, people can openly carry legally owned firearms in public spaces like streets and beaches. You could have carried on a beach before, open carry, if you were fishing. That's actually a stipulation in the law, if you were fishing. But now you can just carry on the beach. Although there are restrictions that still apply to places like schools and courthouses and private properties. Private property owners still hold the right to say no guns allowed here. What does this mean? It means that open carry allowed, just as it says, actively fishing and hunting branches. Yes. Law-abiding citizens can now openly display a firearm in public spaces. The ruling came from a challenge by Stanley Victor McDaniels, who was convicted of openly carrying a gun in the state of Florida. Restrictions remain. Guns are still prohibited in certain locations. But these are like college campuses, courthouses, schools, high school, elementary school, and private property. Private property owners can still prohibit weapons on their private property, but they must request individual carrying firearms to leave. And failure to do so is a felony. So if you have your firearm out and you go to a restaurant and the restaurant privately owned asks you to please leave because we don't want that here, and you don't leave, then that becomes a felony. So as much as you have the right now to open carry, you still have to be aware of the laws. Right. No, Banches, it didn't say it has to be posted and requested. It says they can verbally ask you to leave, and if you do not leave, that's a felony charge. They can come up to you and verbally ask you to leave their establishment. I was in Texas, and I remember somebody being asked to leave. It was a restaurant, and he had a AR-15 rifle across his back. And somebody asked him to leave from the establishment, and he wanted to argue his point, right? Why he should stay there. And I remember the people from the restaurant saying, this is bad for our business. Like, if you're truly American and you wish us well, because we are an American family and American business, and this is how we feed our family, if you truly wish us well, you would leave with that, because that right there is scaring a lot more people from coming in here. So, as much as it's open carry, a lot of places won't want you to have it there. And they still reserve the right to tell you you can't come in with it. I mean, it would make sense to post it, no guns allowed inside. Otherwise, you might having to end up telling hundreds of people every day, you can't come in, you can't come in, you can't come in. When you could just post it big right at the entrance, right? Yep. Wild, wild west now. Everybody is locked and loaded. Another thing is, if you have a criminal record and you're not supposed to be carrying one, you're still not supposed to be carrying one. Marie's message says, SouFlo, we need to get together. And yes, I know Florida is open carry and I am well prepared. It has to be posted and requested, says Batches. They said it don't have to be posted and requested. They can verbally request you to leave their facility or their premises. And if you don't, it's a felony. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming because DeSantis already made it so that no permit was required. Remember when Squash got in trouble the other day? And everybody was like, oh, I'm good because of Florida and there. And the governor of Florida just said earlier this year, no permit request required to conceal carry. So everybody can have a gun on them. And I said, no. No permit required to carry is still for those without a criminal record. Because if you get searched and they find it on you and you do have a criminal record and you're not supposed to be in possession of a weapon, you're still going to be charged like the law says. Right. Yeah, Batches, it is usually posted in some places. But now that it's new, I'm guessing people still, they still have the right within the law to ask you to leave. So you can't go into anybody's establishment with your big gun out and say to them, well, I'm staying with it because you don't have it posted. You see that? They still have the right to say leave, or we don't want that here, whether it's posted or not. Denny Sparks says hated it. Yeah, once they said that no permit was required to conceal carry, I knew that open carry was coming. And here we are. Denise Park says y'all are gonna implode there. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's funny how a gun out in the open can actually neutralize drama. You know, the guy who has his gun hidden under his clothes, right? And has every intention of using it on you. If he look and see yours hanging off your hip already, there's always an option. And a lot of the times the option is go the other way. Because just as much as you can shoot, he can shoot too. You don't know if you're messing with an expert marksman. You don't know if somebody is able to draw faster than you are. You don't know what's about to take place. Do you really want that smoke today? So I don't think we're going to implode. I don't think we're going to implode at all. Florida is not one of those states that have to post in their establishment. I'm reading off of the governor's site, and it says that they can verbally ask you to leave. And if you don't leave, that's a felony charge. So all you got to do is leave. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought we could carry it everywhere. But for the places that it's posted, though, if you go in, if you get caught in there with it, then you're in problems off the bat. Like if you get caught with it on school grounds, any of those establishments, in a courthouse setting. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be I don't think we're going to implode. I think for people, like I saw my New York crowd this morning. My New York crowd this morning says, oh, damn. That means everybody in Florida is about to have a chopper out. A chopper is an AK-47, right? Everybody in Florida is about to have choppers out. Nah. Nah. It ain't going to go like that. A lot of people are still going to conceal carry. That's the best way anyways. Me showing you I got it don't mean nothing. But of course, this is Florida. So a lot of people are going to exercise that. They've been itching for this anyways. And I kind of know who's gonna do it. They've been itching for this. So who was concealed carrying before? They'll probably continue to conceal carry, but a lot of them, they're gonna be out with the guns. They want to show you. They want to show you. They want to be a threat, or they want to appear threatening. So they're gonna be walking around with the guns out. Mervin, are any of you in here who are in Florida, who are you about to start open carrying? I'm trying to see something. Wait, I'm in Florida. Hold up. Who's about to start open carrying? Friends, you about to start open carrying? Oh, jeez. I'd rather my conceal. My Brownsville in New York would love the open carry. That's another thing that's crazy about the United States of America. One state is open carry. The next state is illegal to have a firearm. The next state, it's like Bancho says, I'd rather my conceal because if they know I'm armed, there's no element of surprise. Yeah, and people are arguing that if they know you're armed, they won't even try you either. Peter G said, me no show off. Salmon Madeline says, I would never even want anyone to know what I have until they are getting what's coming out of it. I would never even want anyone to know what I have until they know what's coming out of it. Oh, man. Marie, y'all gonna open carry? I'm gonna say it like this, and you could take this if you want to or not. If you're black, if you're black, if you're black, you notice I said it 3 times, right? If you're black, 4th time. If you're black, I would advise you to continue to conceal carry. That's just me. That's just me. I would advise you to continue to conceal carry if you're black. That's just me. You're not going to do anything open carrying. Now, it hasn't gone into full effect yet, but it will go into full effect shortly. In the meantime, it says that we can do it. Let's see. I saw a brother do a video in Texas, and he said the laws are not for everybody, and it's messed up that the laws are not for everybody. He's big on YouTube, by the way. He's the one who traveled to Florida and went fishing and had the gun with him. He had an AR-15 with him. You might have seen his video on YouTube. And the police was called, and the police came over there, and the police was like, how you doing? And he was like, I'm good, officer, how you doing? And I'm watching the video because I didn't know the law. So I'm watching the video, I'm like, this man is crazy. He's at the beach. He was fishing off the pier. You saw it, right, Banches? And he was like, I'm like, they about to kill him. I'm watching the video like this. He was calm and cool. How you doing? He said, I'm fishing. I'm fishing. They go, what might be the reason for you to have that weapon displayed publicly? He says, because I'm fishing. I'm fishing. And it's well within my rights. That's what he said to the police. I'm fishing and it's well within my rights. Before he did the video, he said, watch this. I'm going to test the law. I'm going to show you that it is in the law and it is enforceable and it works. About 2 days after me watching his video, I take my family to the beach. And we set up our little tents and whatever, and then I go walking down the beach. And as I'm walking down the beach, there's a little short white dude there with a big old 45 on his hip. And he got his fishing rod in his hand. Like this, no shirt on. And I saw it. And I remember saying, I think my sons, I said to my sons, I said, you saw that? And they're like, nah, what? I saw you didn't see that big ass gun on his hip? And they were like, are you sure it's a gun? It's probably his fishing knife and stuff. I said, nah, it's a gun and it's out. Why does he have that gun open like that on the beach? So I'm starting to tell my family, like, come on, let's go up this side, and we making a contingency plan because this brother he looked like he about to shoot up the beach. But then I watch other people walk past him and they're like, hey man, good packing. Good packing. And he's like thumbs up in and getting thumbs up from a lot of people. You can imagine what people. And then I remember the video I saw 2 days ago and I was like, oh, he's fishing. So he can't have it on him. So that means I can't have mine for me to then. I thought for a second, but then I didn't. I just don't feel like it's going to be the same. Now, the brother in Texas, he said the laws work different for everybody, and I'm going to prove it to you. So he videotapes, a bunch of white people going by with their gun out. He said, here goes the police. You see them right there. Watch these people walk right past them. Nobody says anything. Okay, now it's my turn. So he goes to his car. He loads up, put his weapon on, and starts walking. I'm not kidding you. He must have walked about 10 steps. And he was surrounded. Woo, 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 woo. About 10 steps, and he was surrounded. Hands in the air. What is that you have on your hip? Is that and taking him through the motions. And he's like, isn't this an open carry state? Why are you coming at me so aggressively? Isn't this an open carry state? Him and them on video, he started telling them, he was like, I watched you. I watched you watch every Caucasian person pass that had a gun on them, and you did nothing. You said nothing. So I guess the laws are not for people like me then. And the cop was like, oh, it's not like that. It's not like that. We just, we look suspicious or something they said. Oh, I look suspicious. Not look suspicious, just, because I'm not supposed to carry it, because my kind is not supposed to open carry, right? And he kept digging with them, making them look bad. But I'm trying to tell you, if you're black, and you don't want the extra smoke, you might want to leave that open carry stuff alone. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm good. Quick question.
Yeah.
So the open carry,
Mm-hmm.
is that for green card holders and citizens,
Yes.
or just citizens?
No, green card holders are permanent residents. Permanent residents can carry guns in the state of Florida legally. You can purchase a gun, you can carry it open now. You're fine. That's why I was telling people that Squash is neither of those. Even though he's in a state where concealed carry is legal even without a permit. So you can hide your gun under your clothes. You don't need a permit to carry a gun hidden in your clothes or in your glove compartment or something, which is how they caught him. So people were like, oh, Florida and them, all right, because him can conceal carry. And I said, not really, because
Not without the proper
he's not a permanent
legal documents.
right. He's not a permanent resident, green card holder, and he's not a citizen. You have to fall in those two categories.
Because when you go to purchase that weapon, if
Mhm.
you're doing it legally, they have to run you through the system
Yes,
before they actually allow you to purchase the weapon.
correct. And sometimes it takes 24 hours, sometimes it takes 48 hours. Sometimes you get, well, I've never gotten it back in a day. So I can't even say, I don't know if any of you in here did a purchase and got it back in a day. But
I did.
And you got it back in a day?
I did, but mine was in Ohio. So
Okay.
every state is different. I don't know how it is in Florida.
Well, all my guns have been purchased in Florida, and every time I did it, it was never a same day, same time pickup. It was always.
And when you live in one state
Mm,
and you have a weapon,
hmm
you have to, if you were traveling to move to another state, you have to talk to the airlines and the authorities, and they will instruct you how to properly transfer your weapon from one state to the next state.
Right. Right.
Because you can't just take your weapon from one state and just cross over to another state because it has different gun laws.
Okay. Yes, that's true. That's absolutely true.
I'm speaking from personal experience, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. So in other words, you can't have a weapon in Ohio and then you just move down to Florida with it. And you and
Right.
your
You
rifle are
have
now
to
in
go
Florida.
through legal processes to transfer it as you transfer yourself.
Right. And another thing you should be careful of is, you see how they say in Florida you can conceal carry without a permit? And I tell people all the time that I still make sure I have a permit, because you go on the road. And you don't want to go on the road and be driving to go see Auntie Junie and you cross into a state where
Exactly.
it's not
Their laws are
you don't have,
different.
yeah, because if you don't have any paperwork to have a weapon in their state, and then you don't have nothing to say you're legal in Florida to carry it, you are now in possession of a illegal firearm in another state. So for all the
Yes,
Florida
SouFLo.
people, I
And
still carry a permit.
so I advise, if you are a person that carry,
Mhm.
you legally have weapons and you travel, learn the laws of other states before you travel with your weapon.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
getting ready to go to work. I'm going back in the chat.
You gonna open
Have a good
carry?
day, everybody.
You gonna open carry to work?
Yes, not to work.
Not to, but on your way.
No, 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 no.
Mm,
My thing is not for work.
right.
My thing is when I go to the clubs and have to perform. My thing is when I'm around certain people. It's not for work.
Right.
And it's for my home, for my personal protection,
Mhm.
and when I go around certain people in certain environments.
Okay. All right.
So me not go just have it on my hip and
You're
I go to the
trying.
grocery store
Are you
or go to work or something like that. It's not like that.
okay? But you can now, though.
I know, but that's not, I don't carry it for that reason.
Yeah,
I
make sure.
carry it for protection when I think I'm going into certain places where I feel something could possibly happen to me.
All right. But Maria, listen to me. Something can possibly happen anywhere. That's why I make carry
SouFLo, you know how long
everywhere.
me I go to work?
Yeah,
You know how many
man.
years me I go to work?
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
My work is not like other people working or when me go to one building and in another building they all day and then me come out and go in my car now.
Mm.
I work for an agency and I am out in the field all day driving from city to city
Right.
this patient house, that patient house. It's not easy to keep up with me.
Right.
So it's not like somebody can come on my job, come target me because I'm not at the office.
All right. Got it.
May I go work
All
later?
right. Enjoy your day.
All right.
All right. All right. So let me help you all out, right? Something can happen anywhere at any time. It doesn't matter how long you've been going to work. You could be traveling the same route for the last 10 years and nothing ever happened. And then 10 years on one day, it happened on that one day. You want to always be prepared. That's the thing about us. We be unprepared. But then again, I'm listening to Marie talk from a civilian mindset, right? And a civilian mindset is normally more reactive than proactive. Me not carry it, cause nothing not gonna happen and nobody can keep up with me, cause me move around a lot and all that. See, we don't think like that. We think like it's always on me and I'm always ready to go. I don't give a damn where I'm at, because anything can happen anywhere at any given time. That's the mindset I want you to have, right? Right. All right. So with that said, to each his own. Banches, you are right. Because I did purchase a rifle at a gun show, and all I used was my permit, and I was able to leave with that rifle right then at the gun show, from the gun show. So you are right. If you purchase it from a gun show, you could get service the same day. Absolutely. Yeah, man. But if you're gonna have a gun, right? I'll explain it to you like this. If you're gonna have a gun that has some stopping power, first of all. Cause where else you carry it for? Don't carry no little pew pew where one time you fire it off a man, duck it 2 times, and if it lick him one place where he can still probably run you down, overpower you, use your own weapon against you, all that. Invest in something nice. Make sure you're trained on how to use it. Do dry drills at home. Make sure you're trained for how to use it, Cause a lot of people carry it and dead with it. you hear what I'm saying? A lot of people carry it and dead with it. So make sure you're trained to use it. Make sure you do drills. I do drills at home. I do drills at home like almost every day for at least like a 5-10 minutes every day, just to see how fast I could pull it out and fire. How fast I can pull it out and fire. How fast I can pull it out and fire. You have to do drills. What I've seen happen a lot of the times is when the shit hits the fan, I've seen people who have it on them run with it. I've seen people pull it and don't know what to do with it, freeze and get shot. I've seen people. So having it is one thing. That's why I'm not worried about who's carrying it outside of their clothes. I see people pull it from thing outside of them clothes already, magazine drop out tight. I see. So it's if you're trained to use it is another thing. So there's another step to this, how to protect and defend yourself. Right? Remember, I know we're not promoting no gun back badness, We're talking about self-defense and within the confines of the law. So if the law is allowing us now to do all that, we're gonna do all that. And we're gonna do just all that. We're not doing more, just all that. Right? Right. Junior Copeland says divine protection is good enough for me. Well, Junior Copeland, whatever works for you is good enough for you, bro. I'm not telling you to go against your beliefs. I know a lot of people who died and divine protection didn't protect them though, and they thought it would. Like the people who were actually in church, the elders, them. Remember that story there recently, not too long ago? The boy with them car go McDonald's or something on his way to the prison, on his way to the jail. When he walked into the black church and gunned down how many of them that were in there praying and singing and giving praises to God. And yeah, you remember that? Yeah. God help those who help themselves, brother. The Almighty Creator is on your side. You've been given the wisdom and you've been given the physical ability to help yourself. Them say faith without works is dead. So you can sit there all day and have faith, but until you get up and start to actively put something together, some actions to it, then that not gonna work. That dead. I'm sorry, I can't protect myself with just wishes. I can't protect myself with just uh, divine protection. I can't protect myself with just that. I'll roll with that plus locked and loaded and ready. That's how I'm rolling. Sam and Madeline says dry drills are perfect. I test someone once and they could not tell if it was loaded or not. Another thing. So having it is one thing. Using it is another thing. When to use it, how to use it is another thing. Thank you, Banches. That's exactly the name of the person right there. And y'all can go look him up. Copeland, you could go look up Dylan Roof. What he did to all those divine intervention and we believe in Jesus protection people. Yeah. Other crazy critters says Junior Copeland sound like a coward. No, you know, I won't call him a coward. I don't want him to feel disrespected. But there are some people out here who really feel like they don't need to do anything once they are surrounded by and guarded by this divine protection and divine intervention will save them, and you know their God or whatever. That's just their belief system. It's just their belief system. Just for them belief system that you can't knock them feet. Audrey, Audrey says no pew pew. You need a peshang wang wang wang. You need a peshang wang wang wang. But for those of you who've never seen it before, because you've never been to a open carry state and you are in Florida, don't panic when you start seeing it. I've been around guns a long time, and I still panicked the first time I went to Texas and saw guns everywhere outside. And I've been around guns a long time, and I'm used to it. So I'm telling you, don't panic when you start seeing, because they're gonna be rifles out. And I know little handgun, you know, these people been waiting to bring out their arsenal so they can show it off to you. Everybody want to show you know the extended clip on the AR-15 and the AK-47, and they want to show you the scope and the light and the this and the that. They're gonna be bringing the hardwares out. Just don't panic when you see it. That's all it is. Half of them don't know how to use it properly. But if you ever hear one bus, make sure you get flat like a make sure you get flat like when sheet lay down on bed. That's another one. I don't know where we come off with that. Watching the shootout in Jamaica the other day was kind of crazy. To see people were running towards or standing straight up and videotaping with shots flying around. Yo, me would have flapped on the ground, you know. If you ever take a book leaf out of a book and drop it on the ground and see how flat it lay down, and some me would have laid down. Like Kevin Smith, people them where did run out. when Kevin Smith give the brother were escape and talk. He said Kevin Smith give the man, him give the police woman the coat. And him said, go out there and take them on. This is my cloak of armor. No bullet can come through this. Him said the police woman looked at him like a big idiot. And that was the time when the police woman actually realized, I was riding with you up to this point, but me not go out there with your cloak on, brother. I'm not going out there with your cloak on. That can't stop no bullet. He had them convinced, though. He had them convinced. Yeah, man. But here what? Anything can happen anywhere here. Anything can happen anywhere. So you got to always be prepared. just like the brother I just told you all about. That was a therapist in Texas. He wasn't from Texas, but he took a contract to be out there like I did, and he ended up found way back in the woods. Teely cut off, put in her mouth and everything, all because his car broke down and he asked for a ride, and the wrong people apparently gave him a ride. Right. Right. No, true minds always upon me. The outcome would have been different than that, because I wasn't going around saying, I'm going to work, so I'm safe, or I'm expecting smoke anywhere, anytime. I not even like go to a grocery store and stay in there too long. You know, some people go to the grocery store and they just be la la la. Let me see what they have on sale today. Don't like these. I wonder if I need this. I'll take one of that one. La la la. Let me. What do I need at the house? Let me see if I can remember. That's not me. If I'm going to the grocery store, I know exactly what I want, and I try to go to the same grocery store so I know exactly which part it all the time, and I go straight to my items and I get the hell up out of there. Anywhere too many people are gathered, I'm in and out. And this is America, where we've seen grocery stores get shut up multiple times already. So it's not like it can't happen. We see it happen already. You know, everywhere in public, me para. Again, because this is America. Guns are everywhere. Shootings happen everywhere. Y'all got to be careful out there. But to my Florida people, yeah, this is it now. I'll give you the full article. It says the Florida Attorney General, youth mayor, declared state residents are now free to open carry guns statewide after an appeal court decision that struck down Florida's nearly 40-year-old ban. Uthmeyer, who is a Republican, was appointed to the job earlier this year by Governor Ron DeSantis, who is running for the post in 2026, sent out a guidance memo Monday to law enforcement agencies and to local prosecutors, asserting that the First District Court of Appeal ruling is in full effect statewide. Why did he send that out to local law enforcement officials and prosecutors? This means that as of last week, open carry in the state of Florida, Uthmeyer wrote on his X account in a post that includes the memo. He made his pronouncement amid a back and forth among various law enforcement agencies as to how they would handle open carry incidents. Some, like the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, said that they would not stop or arrest anyone who is openly displaying a weapon, while the Pinellas County Sheriff said that that ruling did not apply statewide. Again, y'all might want to hold off on the open carry, because while they were there on X, Twitter, and the governor, while they were there on X, Twitter, and he's putting this out, the Attorney General is putting this out, that open carry is fine in the state, you have the heads of different sheriff departments saying, we're not going to honor that. That's not statewide. Uthmeyer made his pronouncement amidst the back and forth among various law enforcement agency heads as to how they would handle open carry incidents. Some of them, like Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, said that they would not stop or arrest anyone openly displaying a weapon, while the Pinellas County Sheriff said that that ruling did not apply statewide. The state attorney general wrote that prudence counsels that prosecutions and law enforcement personnel should likewise refrain from arresting or prosecuting any law-abiding citizen who is carrying a firearm that is visible to others. He also wrote that his office would no longer defend and prosecutions under the law. So they can't prosecute you because his office would not defend it. Last week ruling stemmed from the 2002 arrest of Stan McDaniels, candidate at the time for the Escambia County Commission. McDaniels, with a copy of the U.S. Constitution in his hand, was standing at a major intersection on July 4th in downtown Pensacola, waving at people that were driving past, and he had a loaded gun tucked inside his pants with a holster that was clearly visible for everyone to see. McDaniels, who had a concealed weapon permit at the time, told the police that he wanted his case to go all the way to the Supreme Court. McDaniels was arrested several days later and was eventually convicted of violating Florida's open carry ban. He was sentenced to probation and community service, but his sentence was stayed because he appealed his case. The First District Court of Appeal, based in Tallahassee, Florida, concluded that the law should be struck down due to ruling from the nation's highest courts that laid out a framework on how to evaluate gun restrictions. They ruled that the state had failed to show that the ban was consistent with historic firearm regulations, and the appeal court made its decision when, even though the state Supreme Court in 2017 did uphold the ban. Ashley Moody, who is now a senator, had defended the law when she was Florida's Attorney General, but Untermeyer, who is now the Attorney General, announced last week that he would not appeal the decision because he agrees with the court's rulings. So while Untermeyer said that open carry is now legal, he said that other gun laws still remain in full force, including the one that bans the carrying of guns into courthouses, bars, schools, and other college campuses. That's another one that you should know. If you're going out drinking, then you might want to leave that firearm. Because if you are caught with the firearm and you're inebriated or intoxicated, then you're in troubled waters as well. Right? So the Attorney General also stated that someone who is armed could be charged criminally if they refuse to leave after being asked to do so by private property managers. Florida's large theme parks, such as Disney World, prohibits people from bringing weapons onto their property. So you can't go to the schools, no guns in courthouses, bars, and college campuses and other places, private properties where you will be asked to leave. All right, I do not see where a lot of crowd gathered. I know what that means. All right, enough of that gun something there. My Florida people, be safe out there. My advice to you again, if you're a blackity black, don't conceal carry. Don't open carry. It probably won't be good for you to open carry. All right. Have an amazing day. Carry notice. Duty calls. We'll see you tomorrow. All right. The next one that we're going to talk about on our list this morning, let me see, we're gone through Florida, guns everywhere. We've gone through Delta State University, Mississippi, Trey Reed situation, strange fruit hanging from southern trees. That was Nina Simone, by the way. Strange fruit hanging from southern trees. Now, we talked about the Christmas offer, Mervyn Point, Jamaica Cur. I will do that on another video by itself, so it stands on the channel by itself. Now, let's talk about Junelle Bromfield, into a more lighter, more fun topic. You know, a lot of people are of the impression that Junelle Bromfield is a nobody. and that Noah Lyles is who made her a somebody. Junelle has her own accomplishments in track and field. She's been running track and field. Sorry, she's been running track and field for a long time, although she's young. I believe she's like 27, it says. Yeah, she's been running track and field for quite some time. So after Noah lost yesterday, day before yesterday, or yesterday, after Noah lost, you know, people started making fun of Junelle. And one person said, among others, but one person said something along the lines of, so you leave track and field for a man. Another person said, oh, so you left pursuing your dreams for man. Like, you know, man is our light and our salvation. Whom shall she fear? She just want man, man, man is in man in our life. Ah, oh man. Well, I liked Janelle's answer. Because you know, as much as we were rooting for Jamaica, and glad to see two Jamaicans go first and silver and shut what's his name, Noah, out to third place. We still don't want no Janelle slander. We're still not encouraging her slander, right? Right. So Junelle Bromfield responds to social media users who asked if she had quit track and field for Noah Lyles. The one particular that she answered, the girl said, so you stop run for man. A man make you stop run. She said, yep. Did I run for buy a house? But he bought us one. Wanted to travel the world and the flights are paid. I wanted to start a business and he's investing. You want to run for me? She said, oh man, I thought that was like the best answer ever. Let me go through her answer again. So you stop run for man. Janelle said, yup. Uh-huh. Me did a run to buy a house, but he bought us one. And I wanted to travel the world. And now the flights are paid. I wanted to start a business and he is invested. So you want to run for me? Yo, I don't leave that girl there alone, man. You know, I keep saying like nobody tears down sisters like sisters. I've been looking through social media, I see the comments. If the wickedest comments come from the same sisters who if you say nothing as a man, them tear off your head. But it's like them alone want to abuse each other and you mustn't join in the abuse. The girl said she wanted to, she did a run to buy a house. And buy one. And a hell of a house it is too. She did a run for because she want to travel the world. Well, the flights are now paid for. And she did a run to start a business and he's investing heavily. So hey, you want to run for me? Because you can come take over the running. You know, Nance. That's the part that get me, Nance. Meanwhile, them are dead for hungry. You know, when people used to cuss up on social media, Shakira and SouFLo and up under your mother and whatever, they are Jamaica right now and can't come here pussy and this, that, and the other. I remember this one trip to Jamaica, you know, we there Jamaica and me that try to use a bank. I was trying to get into an ATM that was across the street from a next ATM, a next bank, two different banking institutions. And for some reason, we just turn around and look. And the bank guard came out and said, if you're not in line to get into the bank for services, please move from here. No, go away from here. I see when him said that. Majority of the people that was out there left. And just one small set of people was left in a line going inside. They were out there for the Wi-Fi. For the Wi-Fi from the bank. So me and Shakira did a laugh because we did a say, and them same people here on social media cuss you out, you know. And that's why a lot of the time when you answer them back, them can't answer back again because them did have to move from which part the Wi-Fi did. Them did have to move from which part the Wi-Fi did, then the bank security come out and say, if you're not going into the bank for services, move from around you. And them had to scatter and disperse. They're probably walking around looking for our next location to get some more free Wi-Fi. That's just us laughing and saying, damn, people on social media, man, if you make them tell it, you see, for them life is the best thing in the world. You're a failure. So we're going to get into who Junelle Bromfield is. So people put some respect on our name. All right? Because I went through this before, but I got to share it with you. She was born in 1988. A Jamaican track and field athlete, she competed in the women's 4x400 meters relay events at the 2020 Summer Olympics. She competed in the preliminary heat, and she also won an Olympic bronze medal in that Olympics as well. Nobody come act like say Noah make Junelle into somebody. All right. Now, I will say that Noah did a good choice because if them genetics get together, they're probably going to produce another little super athlete, right? Yes, now 1998. She's in a relationship with the American sprinter Noah Lyles, which everybody knows that. And in 2024, October to be specific, they got engaged. 88. She's 27 years old. So 88. No, man. No. 98. 98, 99, 2000. Yeah, it's 1998. 1998. 1998. Not 88. She's young. It's 1998. Oh, I said 88? No, sir, I said 98. I'm reading the comments. Somebody said 88 in the comments. I read Great Goodies comment where Great Goodies said I said 88. I don't think I said 88, but if I did, I stand corrected. It's 1998. I stand corrected. If I said that, I stand corrected. 1998, right? All right. So she was born in 1998. She's young. Now, we already talked about the 4x4 in the 2020 Summer Olympics, where she took home an Olympic medal, bronze. She's in a relationship with Noah Lyles. They made their engagement official October of 2024. And Noah said he plans to be married in a maximum of 2 years. It shouldn't go beyond 2 years for him. If you look at her list of accomplishments, you would be awed at Junelle. 2020 Tokyo 4x4 meter relay. 2022 Eugene 4x4 relay. World, and she medaled in every one of these events. World Indoor Championships 2022 Belgrade. Commonwealth Games 2022 Birmingham 4x4 relay. Back to college now, NACAC Championships 2022 Freeport mixed 4x4 relays. 2022 Freeport mixed 4x4 relays. Central America and Caribbean Games 2018. Barranquilla 4x4 relays. So 4x4 relay affair thing. World Under 20 Championships 2016. 4x4 relays, and 400 meters. Commonwealth Youth Games 2015, 400 meters and the 400-meter hurdles. So she runs the 400, the 400-meter hurdles, and the 4x400, 3 events. And she also ran 800 meters as well. Under 20 juniors 2017 and 2016. Under 18, 2015, 400 meters, 400-meter hurdles, 4x4 relay. And she medaled in every one of these events that I just said. Now, that's a whole lot of running. That would mean that she was running like that since she was about 15 years old. So if she been running like that since she was 15, yes, me I cut my fingers and toes. If she been running like that since she was 15, right? And now she reached 27. Let me count my fingers and toes again. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13 years that's 13 years. 13 years in track and field will leave a lot of wear and tear on your body. So if she decides that it's time for her to settle down, if you will, to have baby, get married, have picnic, all these things, start a family, which is what Noah said he wants to do, and is what she said she wants to do too, then that's well within the girl's right to do them things there. I don't understand what the joke is with people that make fun of her. She answered and she said, yes. Them say you quit track and field for man. She said, yes. I was running to buy a house. He bought us one. I wanted to travel the world. The tickets are now paid for. I wanted to start a business. He's investing. The first comment after that was from Summer Car, which is a female, and our picture there with it too. She said, and that's supposed to be a flex. Man is failure. Nothing beat having your own. The next one said, oh, so if the man move him foot, you drop. Me see one person say, oh, please leave this lady alone. All women. The next one says, wait till him stop win races altogether. In other words, money are gonna dry up and she not gonna have nothing. The next person, oh, and Nuffy, this MC Nuffy says she too enough. How you name Nuffy? Alright, so big up to Denise. Denise, so I'm moving across his salty self out of the girl business. Them gone all into calling the girl Blackie. No more hype, you know, and get Blackie. No more hype, you know, and get Blackie. Wow. She doesn't have no sense in life. It's always better to get your own when you want everyone help. It's how you skip the line. You don't know how to get it out the mud on your own. But you're quick to say that they did it on their own after people like her won't make it far because she don't know what it takes to get there. When you build it for yourself, you understand more about what you're doing because you build yourself brick by brick. So if any issues happen, you know exactly what to do. Why are women so bitter towards each other, especially Jamaican women? I know most of y'all would love it if a man said, quit working, babe. If you truly happy being an independent woman, why hate on another woman because her fiance chooses to take care of her in that way? Start making better choices in men and stop projecting your insecurities onto others. As women, we're supposed to look out for each other. And the best comment me see over here so far. You see, people will project onto you. And I'm not even gonna read through the whole heap of other hateful comment when they're over there. People will project onto you what their life is. People will tell you, say, you can't do that. It's not gonna work. You better find something else to do. Because they tried it and it didn't work. Or because they thought about it and didn't even try it because them did things that did too difficult. So it must be for you. That's why I'm not good to listen to people all the time. People will look on Junelle and tell her, say, man of crosses. Man of crosses. Every man me ever dealt with was a piece of crosses. Man of crosses, Junelle. No believe him when him tell you say I'm gonna marry you, my girl. No believe me when him tell him say I'm gonna invest in you. No believe him when him tell him say. That's because that's their life, you know. Every man they choose was a crosses. That not say nothing about Janelle and fear choice. It says something about you and the choices you made for you. Yeah. And there's people over here calling her Blackie, ugly gal. No more hype, you know, and get Blackie. I said, wow. You know, when somebody have something to tell you from a long time and it's hiding and bubbling underneath, and then the first chance them get it come out, where our skin complexion have to do with this? No more hype, you know, and get Blackie. I swear, man. Guess what happened? Browning. Because the girl will tell her that is very red. So I would have said, Browning, from when you argue with your front, and it never catch a millionaire, not one that wanted to keep you anyways. Eh? Never catch a rich man when he want to keep you anyways. Now say none never passed through it, but none decided to stay. None never thinks that your front did good enough to say, stop work, babes. I got everything. So here you are projecting. You're mad at Blackie because Blackie get where you couldn't get. So you have to see now, say, you don't have nothing to do with the outside really, even though she's beautiful on the outside too. But it have to do with a lot of the internal things that's happening. You know what I mean? And she have something where you don't have, red gal. Yeah, so Blackie beat you. So your mother's rust. When none of them show off the house with the big pool in the back of all these things, make sure you were there like this. God, please send one of these for me. Let this kind of love find me. Yeah? When you see how Noah treat her soft, you did a pray for soft life, but you out there act like a orangutan. When you see how Noah treat her soft, right? And caters to her, right? And loves her. Yeah? You still a pray for that. But Blackie have it. When you see when your sister she never have to go there with no grandpa. She never have to go there with no senior citizen. Young, upward, mobile, well skilled and able, forward thinking young man. Braggadocious, yes, but that comes with him sports and his character, you know. And I'm still gonna choose Jamaica all the time if Noah in the race. but y'all over there real salty to the point where you're cursing her about her skin color. That tells me something deeper than you wishing best for her. Yeah, you act like you want the best for her. No, my girl, because if the man move your foot, you're gonna drop. See, that's why it's important for you to get your own, because X, Y, and Z is whole heap of women out there, see, who are well taken care of. Yeah, them know where them front pan them forehead, right? Every man no feel like same can slide good in her, and the man what she have love and respect her to a certain level that you cannot relate. 2. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, say me, Adrian.
But there, no king, what go on?
Why? We don't love gun, you know. But
Don't do that. Don't do
them
that.
sit there.
Wait there. Don't do
Listen
that.
up.
Don't do that.
Mm.
I'm not going with the pan. I'm not just with them.
No, listen, me, I get to my point, man.
You
But
don't get
them
to no
sit
point
there.
because I'm not just with them.
I know that's me, I go to Bridget. Listen, me, no, man.
You talk about
Them
Junelle?
thing there with them girl, you talk about Junelle.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That make me feel like we're going to rise up the machine, you know.
Oh, okay.
Because
We get it now.
it's like this. You get to where I come from.
Yeah.
Jamaica, we produce Marcus Garvey. Jamaica produce Marcus Garvey.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Marley, them man, they spread their message to uplift black people and them people go there with that dreadlocks.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? That's what I'm going to do, man. Because I make a point here.
Yeah, me understand what you're saying, man. It pissed me off
Yeah,
too.
man.
It pissed me off too,
Them
especially
thing
when
they-
me see how them start bringing all our skin complexion in it and everything like that. You know, it kind of pissed me off, man.
And Louis Rankin say, you gone too far now, man.
Jano, rest in peace, the
Yeah,
great
man.
Noah Rankin, yeah?
Yeah, man, because guess what? The man make a good choice now, brethren. I can know say Junelle is a very frugal girl that invest the man money right. Because how the average Jamaican woman stay.
Right.
Them one they who are the one who don't
Well, me
want
not
to
know
take
about
the
the
money
average.
and just
Me
have we sit and flaunt it.
Me not know about the average. Me not know about them all beat me, but me not know about the average. No. All that back. No, sir. Me not know about the average. We have some good Jamaican woman where them make the thing happen. Them hold the family together. Them, you know me, I say them know if to do the things, but that's not average.
All right.
We don't know about the average, bro.
Me elaborate, right?
Yeah.
My grandmother, right?
Yeah.
And me just use my grandmother and just grade all woman, you know.
Same.
And my grandfather was a medium-sized farmer.
Yeah.
And when he make $10,000, $20,000, $5,000, $2,000, he just can't go give my grandmother.
Same way Mas Cleavy was with Miss Ruby too.
And my grandmother just knows that this people are bank, this people do that, this people do that.
Same way, facts.
And we grow the mindset and just figure say, also probably a good amount. When we use change with tone, a good amount of Jamaican women are like that. And then we married to a woman who was a school teacher, see? And she's like that too.
Same.
Yeah, so we just say, boy, 9 out of 10 times that girl might be somebody like that.
Yeah. I think Junelle is like
and
that
too. So people feel like this bumbo clock, pardon my language, rasta, this black thing, bringing up on style the girl them. And they could fuck the colonialist vibe they have in them enough so forth. Can't come out.
Yeah.
Nobody so man if you have a beef with her and criticize and nobody so.
Yeah. I should talk about it before.
You understand?
So you know so she grew up. You know so she grew up hearing a lot of that. She grew up hearing a lot of that. Yeah, because as me was growing up in Jamaica, me did hear it. So me used to hear people say stuff like, you're black and ugly like sin. And them kind of sitting there. That must hurt. You know what I say?
What do you mean?
Move your black, ugly bumbo self around you and you're like, damn. I'm not talking about picnic, you know. I get them kind of style there, you know. So now that I'm an adult, now that I'm an adult, imagine.
You understand?
Yeah, that's hard to carry upon the psyche, bro.
Because that colonial is something that in a big portion of us in the population, man.
Yeah, it is.
And good gosh, at 2025, no man, come up for them because no bad word for your program here, sir. Because we just vex dreadlocks.
All right, sir.
See?
But you know what?
Me have me beef with Noah, you
know.
But left Junelle out of it.
I agree.
Can't chat too much. I like him, see, but left Queen Junelle out of it.
Than he put them.
Yeah, man, it chat to BC much, man. That's why I get 20 humble the idea, man.
He might run more than he put them, man, but he still do all right. Watch this stuff.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Then your brethren, no flow for the family here, sir.
Man,
But
that's
the
here,
flow
sir.
for me and your family here, sir.
All right. Bless up.
Yeah, man.
Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Morning again, SouFLoTV family.
Morning, family. What going?
I can't complain.
Talk to it.
I don't know if you ever spent time in St. Elizabeth, where she's from.
I'm
Some
there
of the
all the
most-
time.
Some of the most
Passing
beautiful
through.
people come from that state. Come from that parish, I'm saying. Sorry, but still.
Yeah, and them can cook to you, see?
Very much. I
Yes,
spent
sir.
summers there.
Yes.
So
Oh, you spent summers there.
yeah, I spent summers there. My
Okay.
grandmother is actually from there.
Ah,
So I know. They just hating, man.
yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
All right, my brother.
All
Manners.
right.
That's what me and wifey was talking about yesterday. And wifey was like, him get a country girl. Him get a country girl. Yeah. So him probably get like all of the things them will come with, like them can cook, you know. Say that's what I said when the season started. When the season started, go back and look at my video. The first thing I said was Noah is out of shape. Because I'm used to Noah Lyles coming in sharp and ready for a season. Noah Lyles well chiseled up like him with drop shed all fat on him body. You know, super athletes have to do, right? And when he came in, I see like one round belly. I see him face look a little bit fat and cheek up like for me cheeks. Yeah. I said, Noah he don't look like he ready for the season. And people didn't answer me. I thought about, oh, don't worry, Noah will peak at the right time. Well, the right time never coming up. So me I make jokes and I'm saying, boy, Junelle have to go easy off of the rice and peas with the coconut milk in it and the oxtail and them something there. Cause I that go on. You get one of them woman there in your house and not for your fault, you know. Cause she an athlete too and she try to keep you on track. It's like when I first met Shakira. I should show y'all some pictures of how small Shakira was. For those of you who've been around long enough, right? And how Marg and me was too. The first thing this girl used to say was, watch your portions. So she used to cook, right? I mean, I know this woman cook all the rotted time from day one till now. She used to just cook all the time. And I said, share up my food, babe. She share my food, care come give me, she give me one little bit so. I say, who you share that for? Like, I want a lot. And she was like, no, it's not healthy. You need to watch your portions. Yeah, it started out like that. You need to watch your portions. And then it turned into, me not watch no portion, you know. You can carry the whole pot, come give me. Because I never have the whole life. And before you know it, you know, put on 10 pounds, then 15 pounds, then 20 pounds, then 30 pounds, then 40 pounds, heavier, heavier. Yeah, and it's not her, because if it was up to her, I would still be watching my portions. But it's not her. I mean, override the thing every time. So I can't help to think that Noah probably there at the house. Because you know, when the pot of oxtail up on the stove, you say, I eat one time already, but I mean, no, I'm not supposed to eat again, but I'll work it off tomorrow. So you go back to a second plate. He's probably dealing with that. And probably deal with a picnic plate me used to get Audrey. She used to give me some little picnic plate. I said, me can't eat that. You see how me big? And she was like, yeah, but you have to watch your portions. I said, me not watch no portions, man. You bring your food, come give me. Pile up a plate. And when she shared my food out, I would go back and share myself one extra plate. After me name off where she cook already. So, he's probably battling with that right there. You know? And she probably even not try to tell him, say, I'm not giving you any of so-and-so because you're in season and you're supposed to be eating like some dry chicken breasts and a salad on the side, you know, and that. And he's like, man, F that. I don't want that. Can you please cook the oxtail? Can you please cook the curry goat, the one the same rice and peas? Can you please cook? I saw it go. She fought up now after way. So either way, Junelle is still doing her job. She's still doing her job. She make the man get put on so much weight him can't compete properly like him used to. Or either that, or you know they have a saying that they say these athletes, when you compete at that level, you have to refrain from sexual intercourse. And you can't pop off your juices on a regular basis. Well, if you have one pretty Jamaican girl in your house, that's another thing that's hard to do, right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yes, SouFLo.
Yeah, family.
It really triggered me to hear another black woman call a black woman blackie.
Yeah, I friggin' hate it.
And then it's like the lighter black one no understand say the darker black one. Everything come from the darker one.
Mm-hmm.
So if it wasn't for the darker one, you couldn't come.
The blueprint.
It starts from darker to lighter.
The blueprint, yeah.
The
Yeah.
blueprint is the blackie.
Yeah, if you want scientifically
make a
talk
good
about it,
choice.
then yes, it's true.
The man make a great choice.
Yeah.
What about the 13 years of track and field that she put in for herself?
Exactly.
Give her credit for what she do.
Yes.
And stop looking at what the man is going to be doing for her.
Yeah.
She's a woman of her own. She did her own. She have her own legacy.
Yeah.
And if I was a man, choosing a woman like that would be better for me because she's disciplined.
Okay, let me give
She
you
know
one.
how
Hold
to
on.
discipline herself. She know how to manage things.
Right. Right.
She not make her body go to Tom, Dick, and Harry before this man get her.
Right. Right.
She's educated. I mean, to me, all of that is just pure jealousy. And what the ones are calling her blackie don't understand. They were brainwashed to turn on their own.
Absolutely.
It's one thing when another race call you blackie, but when your own turn upon you and call you the same thing,
mm-hmm.
It hurt even more. That's a deeper wound.
Absolutely. And you got to understand that Junelle probably been hearing that her whole childhood, you know.
Her whole
so you
life.
can imagine how hurtful it is now that she's grown to be seeing it on social media. No. You know, from our own people too.
So what, darker skinned women are not supposed to get the advantage of having a husband like him? Only light skinned women are supposed to do that? Are women of other races?
That's their perception.
All right.
Big up yourself. I'm gonna read a comment. May I read a comment? One of the comments said, him could have picked a better looking Jamaican girl. Him should have get one of the dolly them. Him could have picked a better looking Jamaican girl. Him should have get one of the dolly them. First of all, right? Dolly. You see who then called Dolly though? Rat body eyelash, whole heap of fake hair, whole heap of makeup, whole heap of this, whole heap of add-ons. Dolly also dress a certain kind of way and carry a certain mentality, right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, my general. What go on?
Then, okay, manners and respect. Talk to it.
They are dead.
Hold on, then take away off your speaker and Bluetooth. Can't make it forward clearly.
Oh, sorry about that. But some they are dead still. I don't know. I don't watch it on that phone that way, you know?
Yeah.
Beer drama, eh?
Beer drama, bro. Beer drama.
Yeah, man. People never happy to see you do your thing and live your life. They always want to have opinion about your life as and I don't really go on and not stuff.
Yeah, women are like how them a diminish the girl achievements and accomplishments, you know, as if like 13 years of her grinding and achieving suddenly disappear because one rich boy take her up. Or she took up a rich boy, whichever way it go.
Everybody free to live their life for them one different one. Them not them figure make them own a life and sort out for them life and love people enjoy themselves. She happy with fair thing.
And the part
She
for them,
happy with how she
yeah, yeah. It's her life to live. But the
her
outside
life, she
nice,
happy
you
with
know?
her life.
The outside
And
nice
it's
and the
good.
disrespect though, man. But we have to use them platform here to make the people them know, say, you know, when it comes to the skin thing, because it was all fine and good when they were talking about how them a try give her advice. It start out like it a come from a good place, you know. Like any mother would have said to her daughter, me know him love you, you know, me know him a take care of you and everything, but make sure you put a little something aside for yourself, or make sure say you get something going for yourself as well. In just in case, I'm not saying nothing is gonna happen, but you know, so life going we've seen. These are wise words. And but it not stop there so though. It turned into hate.
Yeah.
It turned into hate and jealousy and envy when you start here no more, yeah, Blackie. And them start got resort to
The
calling the
connection
girl
about that.
Blackie and ugly girl and him should have choose somebody a better looking Jamaican girl. No more hype
Yo,
for your
them people
Blackie.
left.
Because Noah lose, you know. Them tell Junelle say no more hype for you, Blackie. Yo.
Yo, every day I'm just watch it live. I mean, I'm getting the family. It's just say a lot. I said, no, man. There's some people that funny. Maybe I just put some sarcastic thing about it. I can't serious thing in it, but
Yeah, them serious and that sad part.
yeah,
That's sad
it's
part.
even them for the happy for the female ones and represent way and she continue such a good thing now. You can't, isn't it? She
Yeah,
want to
boy.
live her life, man. Enjoy herself. She choose who she want to live with. And based on all her characteristics, you can see that she's a well constructed young lady. You see me? So make them all of them opinion the way some bring from. I just for them opinion that, you see me? What people use on the track construct for their life, achieve what they want to achieve. And lower certain negative things. You see me? Some people are too negative and
That's true, man. That's how it goes still. You see?
yeah. It's real, man, but go and keep up the good work, G, and go and deal with it. But they are enjoy the program
All right, my brother, manners.
every time, and she.
Yeah. So, you know, some people find this topic triggering, like Lulu Ridges just said, you know, I'm out, have a good day. I'm not. And I've seen Nance say it many times. Nance never run with door, but she said it many times that this one is triggering for her as well. You know, I grew up seeing that. I told you all about, okay, so there, when I bumpy any which party there, big up yourself. When I was growing up, there was a girl in my community. Uh, to how we call her Bumpy. I don't, you know, everybody grew up with their nickname. And I went to school with her and everything. And she lived close by my house, that's not too far from PR house. Like, we can literally fling a stone and lick PR house from my house, close by. But Bumpy, boy, them used to call Bumpy all kind of name. You know, them used to call her all kind of name. Them used to, and then our grandmother. Now chat out the people in business, but some of these people are passed on. Bumpy is still around. She's not in Jamaica anymore, but her grandmother was one of them biracial looking woman that will look like them mixed with European and African, like black and white mix. So it's a red woman a razor with that type of texture here. The Bumpy Chino dark like this yeah, so with what them call bad hair. And boy, I used to stay up on my yard and hear it. And now that I think about it, you know, one day I got through Come and try to stay in touch with everybody, not directly as so much, but indirectly. I pass through them Facebook page and wherever else, them family gathered and see how everybody doing and thing. And Missy Bumpy look like she bleach out herself. And I had to go through her pictures. So I go back to her picture there, to the dark Bumpy, and then me go down till me see back to the light Bumpy, and my heart was so broken just seeing it. Like how she bleach herself till, and even then I was like, the bleaching don't look good pan her. But me couldn't tell her, you know. I said the bleaching don't look good pan her. I hope she stop this. I hope she stop this. Because as an adult looking at her now, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. She was always a beautiful girl, but we never see it. Because how ugly, the word ugly used to pass around when it comes to Bumpy. So I know firsthand, witnessing it. Dark skin growing up in our culture, a lot of them, it was rough for them. So I could only imagine Junelle. And come to think of it, she did look like Junelle. She looked like Junelle. Yeah. But nobody would see her beauty. Everybody only saw her skin color. You know, that's rough. That's rough. Then you hear people say stuff like, damn, you real pretty for a dark skinned girl. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
My dad and my brother. Welcome.
My dad, man. Just listening to the conversation. Yeah, it's something where me always say, if we in society can detect some of these problems, would enforce it in school and in parenting and even young teenagers that having kids and so on. Because you know, it's just our culture. We always hear you're black like a SSP.
Right.
You know, you see, you're black and ugly.
Right.
You know, so these things make you think that.
Those exact words, bro.
Because I never hear them and say, you see, you're brown and ugly.
Right.
Them just always say you're black and ugly.
You would hear the opposite, brother. You would hear, I'm brown and pretty. And that you would hear. Talk truth. And that would grow up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the one them were really, really light skin in modern times. Me hear man say stuff like, why girl skin look clean like baby Jesus bath water. John no star with a liquor off with me tongue.
Yeah, man. And sometimes we take things to joke, but it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Me hear conversation people say, same way you're black, I saw your heart black. You know, like them just make black like one of the worst things. Nobody talks to people and say you're such a melanin queen. Make people feel that it's good to have a melanin tone and you're proud because they match queen with being dark and you're so cool looking and smooth skin and you're just elegant. Nobody do those things when you're black. So it's like nobody want to be a part of being black anymore.
Right. I think it's just recently where I started seeing that, even here in the US. I just recently me start seeing that. The only person now me I gotta give credit to, who I've always been and whom I always see, but it kind of hypocritical still. The Rasta man them. No, watch what me I gonna say. The Rasta man them. You know where I go with it?
Yeah,
the Rasta man them have always been those Nubian queen, empress, beautiful. You know what I say? But then them got take up a white woman. When it's time, when it's time.
Them start.
Or them got take up a dolly, a bleach out or a browner skin, lighter complexion, weave out here and everything. I'm just observing and saying my observations. Watching people talk about how woman not a perm or here, me like my woman natural, you know me I say, and a cool dark skin sister and everything like that. And then when you see him wife, it's like, what happened? Just royal.
All the while when me see, yeah, so, oh, shit. All the while me see when some man bleach out white like tornado, me always hear girl them say, him skin pretty, yeah, reach, you know, yeah, you look so good and them things that.
Mm-hmm.
But them not set up to all outstanding gentlemen. Where they
Right.
wear the pants and the, you know, the waist and make sure them shoes well organized and the clothes well presentable. Them not
Right.
getting a compliment. So I think we need to start doing better. You know, make people feel special, especially sometimes if you have some young girls because they're fragile.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them how much they're pretty, they're beautiful, they're clean.
I agree.
Hug their kids and keep on make them feel special so they go out in the world always feel special and seeing themselves as a queen.
I agree, brother. I agree.
But you know, we all need to stop it. We know some of the women start, you know, getting at them feelings, but sometimes we have to face our problems head on
Mm-hmm.
and you know find solution instead of we running from the problem because they won't come back all the time, you know.
Yeah, I agree. It is us. It is us who have to empower them and start doing it from they are young to, instilling them that they are beautiful. But it is the same society what destroyed them, a lot of them, while they were growing up. If you ask a lot of dark-skinned girls who come from the Caribbean, um, what was the temperature around when them are grow? What was said about them and their complexion when they were growing up? A lot of them have bad stories to tell. A lot, as in too many, have bad stories to tell. We have to now make sure, say, a new generation don't come take on that same something there and keep that going, you know?
Until they say nothing marriage no nigga man or have no me because you have
Yeah,
black pepper ear and all
me
them
hear
things.
that too. Me hear that too. Me actually hear Jamaican mothers tell them daughter, say, she figure get one of the coolie boy them with the pretty hair, and she better not bring no nigga hair in ya, nigga head picnic in ya, with the, like, and she don't want no black baby in ya. All kind of sitting.
Yeah,
That's
all the
crazy.
time they always say, you know.
Yeah.
So even, but you know, I've heard people from other cultures and nations genuinely look at us and say, we got some nice ear. Sometimes they wish they would have the ear like us. And
Yeah.
when people say that, we themselves say, you're trolling, you don't mean that and them things, when they genuinely mean it.
Bro, when I went to the UK, at the first time that happened to me, and I was so scared because I think that no, I'm coming from America, right? With this mentality where them the kind of people they set you up and lynch you, and I didn't know that the UK was set up kind of different, right? There was more racial unity in the UK than there was in the US at that time period that I'm talking about. So when I visited the UK, I'm out in public. I'll never forget. While a white woman, she came up to me and she said, "Can I touch your hair?" And before me could I say yes or no because I was stuck trying to figure out why would somebody ask somebody to touch their hair. She jam her hand right in my hair. I start feel up my hair like this. And she was like, "Oh, this is how hair's supposed to be." And I was like, what the? I've never experienced nothing like that in my life. I swear to God, all my kids. She said, "Oh, this is how hair's supposed to be." And it was weird because I start look around now and say, okay, some man are gonna jump out for me and them are gonna beat me up and drag me away. And it was just them willing to tell you, say, like, you are the original and them is a copy of you kind of thing, and them wish them did have. The woman went on to say her hair is stringy and it's weak, and my hair is strong. I mean, I said, how come nobody not talk to it about your hair? So, like, your hair nappy, you need a haircut. As soon as your hair start grow a little bit, go around a barber, go shave it off.
Yeah, go cut it off.
Go cut it off. Perm the little girl them here. Make it easier to manage. Cause me can't manage it. Yeah.
Don't grow your ear and all the things. We always used to hear that. When in the Bible it said Samsung's strength was in his ear. But then I want to extort that. We don't even want to put it.
Right.
A half I told, oh God, you got
Right.
to
Be glad you know that too. Be glad you know that too. All right, sir.
All right. Oh, before we go slow, you know, kind of there back high class, but you when they talk about why them call people the renter thread, because I don't really know.
Why them call people renter dread?
Yeah, like the you know, we were just talking about the rasta.
Yeah, play naive, you know.
All right, then, my God.
Yeah. Later, Jerome.
All right.
So you can always look forward to Jerome to inject some laughter in any topic that we're covering. Philly Yardy Vibes, big up yourself. Philly Yardy Vibes says Marcus Garvey promoted Black is Beautiful, but the Jamaican colonial system didn't run with that. And they don't run with it up till today, bro. Up till today. That's why you hear me keep saying them no love Rasta. I'm not talking about the Jamaican regular people. I'm talking about the establishment. I could even show you something right here in the election that recently passed. Jamaican people on a whole have awoken completely to who Rasta is, their ideology, the lifestyle they promote, all that. One thing about life is this, you see, even when you force yourself into nastiness, you know within your consciousness that a nastiness you are doing, and you still admire those who are not of nastiness. Think about what I just said now. Think about what I just said. All right. Watch the card where the Prime Minister pull, Andrew Holness. That's why I say he's a great politician. Andrew make sure say Sizzler got awarded Medal of Distinction. Is it Medal of Distinction? Not too long ago. And then Capleton got awarded the same award leading up to the election. So when you have these two powerful Rastaman, Sizzler and Capleton can move Jamaica. When you have these two powerful Rastaman on your side, Sizzler is planning a huge event to celebrate his 30 years in music. And him draw for Brogad or Andrew Holness to be the person. And from Sidato, that was another thing that I said. Something must be going on with Chief Curry and Sizzler. Somebody said, if you know what you're talking about in a youth, because blah, blah, blah. Sizzler is the leader of such section, and then Curry is the leader of such section. But I was like, where's the unity though? Because regardless of who is the leader of what section, cockpit country is still what cockpit country is. So you can't be supporting somebody who is putting any part of cockpit country in danger, knowing that it is the lungs of and knowing who inhabits that space, right? So when we say Sizzler stand up strong for Brogad, I was like, oh, did y'all not see the comment? Somebody had threatened me with death because me say I see a division, and so I asked the person, I said, okay, well, show me one video where Sizzler Kalonji and Chief Curry actually got together and unified all the people who follow both of them. Now that would be powerful. Show me where that has ever happened. The person will answer again. I guess they were standing beside the bank and the Wi-Fi run out because the security guard come tell them move or whatever, but another one of those. No answer, right? Right. That's what I saw, PG, and that's what I was trying to say as well. But nowadays, apparently, you can't talk what you see because, you know, you get whole heap of big threats and whatever. Back to what we talk about, though, man. It's full time that we let go of all of these things. You notice how we started speaking about Junelle, and then it ended up just being a broad topic about something that is so wrong within our culture. This light skin, dark skin, black is ugly, lighter is beautiful, and the more lighter you are, the more beautiful you are. You know, if you're black, step back. If you're brown, stick around, and if you're white, you're right. That kind of mentality and that kind of something there. We need to get rid of that. And it's full time now we got rid of it. And it's disheartening to see that it's still being used today. Even just to tell Junelle, say, it doesn't matter if Noah is paying for everything, Junelle. Still make sure say you get your own. You could have just said that. But I say, all right, come me would I tell my daughter the same thing. You know? I mean, you can run an online business that can be successful. You can, you know, I mean, I mean to jump in a people business because there are families out there and lots of them where either the man stay home or the woman stay home and it works perfectly well for them. And it's been working the longest that way for them. So who are we to say? The thing about relationships is no one relationship defines all relationships because everybody is an individual. Nobody don't know how my wife is but me. Like the full in and out of her. So for me, if you go now sit down and take advice from somebody else about how to run my relationship, and she, no matter who she did that with before, they were never me. You understand? So the things we might have did turn them on, don't turn me on. The things that make them happy, me not interested in her. So it's about learning your person and doing what works for you and your person. Point blank, period. So now we have the internet, and the internet allows everybody to be in a using thing because you're a public figure. Make it even worse. So I hope that Junelle has reached a point in life where she is no longer so hurt. Noah did an interview one time where Noah said, these things that are said on social media, they hurt her. And he saw her being hurt, and she'll break down and she'll cry, right? And he felt the need to protect her. I'm hoping that she passed that now. I'm hoping she's past that stage in her life. I'm hoping she make this roll off her back like duck while water. Just roll off of them back and she's not affected like that anymore when she hears these things. The thing about the public is you can't change everybody's mind and you can't stop everybody from talking. You can only try to gravitate towards those who are more in line with what you're saying, you know, and try to stay clear of the ones who are the opposite to a harmful extent. Yeah. The truth is we don't know what those young people got going on. That's the truth. We don't know their business. We don't know their business. She said she was running to start a business and he's investing. That means obviously she has started her business. She said she was running to buy a house and he has bought us one. That means there you have it, you know? And we already know how the laws go, right? And all these other things. They're going to be doing this the right way, so to speak. And you know, there are consequences that come with certain moves in the United States of America that are definitely enforced, especially if you are a celebrity. I'll give you a good example. If somewhere down the road, Noah Lyles decides, I don't even want Junelle no more. Say they have a child or two, not putting on no bad talk for their relationship. I pray this never happens. I'm just throwing a scenario out there. If say for instance down the road if he decides, yeah, I found somebody else, I'm moving on. Do y'all see how they split celebrity assets here? This is for every state in the United States of America. Do you see how them split celebrity assets here? I would hate to be a celebrity and have to go through a divorce because boy, them carve out a big piece of your income. Like the woman is getting $30,000 every 30 days just for spousal support. One next 40 pound that for child support. Then you lose the main house. You have to go find somewhere else with yourself live. You can't live in another house that the judge says the children should not be uprooted from where their house is because you two couldn't work out your issues. So the house gone to, she get that too. I just covered Tariq Hill. I just covered his divorce. They've only been married for, is it 17 months or something like that? This is not the finalization of his divorce details. It's on my other channel, Brainflow TV. Not even 2 years married. Not even 2 years married. The $5.7 million penthouse, she got awarded that and exclusive rights to it, which means he can't even go there. Get this. That $5.7 million penthouse is still on mortgage. He is bound by the courts to continue to pay the mortgage on it while him can't even go there. That's for start. She wanted a Bentley GT because that's what she was driving in the relationship. Him said, nah, that's one of his favorite cars. The judge says you can keep your favorite car, but her lifestyle will not change. So $100,000 goes to her so she can get a luxury vehicle that she likes. Cash. These must pay upfront right now. A $500,000 one-time payment for something to do with the picnic that they just have the baby just born to set up. So I'm trying to show y'all something, right? I'm trying to show y'all something. Don't worry about Junelle, my friend. Don't worry about her. I'm not saying she using Noah. I'm not saying Noah using her. I'm just saying even if it turn out bad, it's going to turn out good for her regardless. That's what I'm saying. But for her and him, I pray nothing but the best. I look forward to seeing them have children. They look like a very nice couple as far as they look very compatible. And I love the way how he is with her. You know, you're country somebody, man, and you come from Jamaica and you grow up certain way. You know rough life. You know, so when time you see your fellow country person out here getting the best of everything and somebody treating them like royalty, you rejoice for them. You rejoice for them. You know what I'm saying? So I look forward to seeing them. I look forward to seeing the children or child being born, the full marriage, the everything going for them. Junelle taking off into a whole different stratosphere with whatever business ventures she has going on, and all these other kind of things come to fruition for them. I'm looking forward to seeing all of that for them, and I wish her nothing but the best. And again, no matter how it looks, if Noah is in the race, I will always choose Jamaica because I'm a Jamaican first, right? And that's just so we do when competition time comes. But we don't have any ill will towards him or her. Not going to sit around and pray for them life, pop down and pray for it's competition. Kind of like the same thing in dancehall that I've been trying to explain to people for years. When we used to do review and I would review Mavado songs or Alkaline songs, their fan base used to tell me about suck your mother, nasty boy, dirty boy, don't call the general name, all these things. Remember, you know, me had the review to promote the song because I think it's a good song and me not say nothing bad about the song. But just because Mr. Vibes Cartel is my #1 artist, there was a problem, right? Now, I try to tell the people over the years, the only time I pick sides is when clash happen and war are gone. It's kind of like the only time you pick a horse, a specific horse, is when you at the track and you are about to bet on a horse. I'm betting on Round the Bend, so Round the Bend is my favorite horse. But after the horse race done, me like all of the horse them. It's the same thing for the music. I love dancehall music, period. And have enough respect for all of the artists them, period. But then when clash time comes, competition. That's like being on the track. On your marks, get set. Who you have your money upon? You have to say it before you hear go. I'm gonna say Usain Bolt, cause Bolt upon the track, right? It's never that serious, man. that you actually harbor hate and start spreading hate about somebody. These are real people. I think people forget that people who are public figures or people who are celebrity or whatever you want to call them, that they're actual human beings and they have a story just like you and they have feelings just like us. You know, and them live a regular life just like we, you know, minus the money, because our bank account might not look the same, minus the fact that they go places we don't, kinda. But our regular people, them do in the toilet and flush it just like you. Then have to jump in the shower and wash out them body properly. Them have to wipe them ass with toilet paper or whatever when them done. Then put on them pants 1 foot at a time or drawers. You know, they groom themselves the same way, wake up in the morning, is brush teeth, wash face, everybody name breakfast. Like it's regular people. It's regular people. So just be careful how you put stuff out there that harm people. Yeah. Slow down on the hate. We're gonna leave that one right there. So, Junelle, big up yourself. We see you. Who matters sees you. The rest, just let it be noise that passes. All right, and continue doing great things in life. Now, moving on to the last one of the morning, you know, Asafa Powell. I don't know if y'all saw it. Asafa Powell was basically saying to JPS, Jamaica Public Service. I find it so hard to say Jamaica Public Service after years ago, Vibes Cartel did that that vlog where he was like, Jamaica Pussy Hole Service. And now I can't get it out of my head. So every time I go to say Jamaica Public Service, even in a professional setting, the Pussy Hole Service come out of my mouth. Jamaica Public Service, or JPS, responsible for our electricity grid, right? Former Olympian champion and sprint record holder Asafa Powell has publicly accused the Jamaica Public Service Company, or JPS, the island's main electricity provider, of unfair billing practices. In a recent post on social media, Powell had drawn attention to what he considers unjustifiably high electric bills. This is not the first time that he has voiced his dissatisfaction with JPS. Now, you can imagine if Asafa a ball about JPS bill when the rest of Jamaican people never do. Because none of them don't have Asafa money. Eh? None of them don't have Asafa money, you know. Here's what happened in a nutshell. Asafa Powell highlighted one instance on his social media in December of 2023, he said, where he was charged 78,000 Jamaican dollars for his electricity bill, which he calls bullshit. He said he has solar panels and him have other energy saving devices string up all over the house. I still come up with a $78,000 bill. That's a one bill. He has questioned why his bill was surprisingly high even after he had been out of the country for that month. He and his family were out of the country for that month and come back to a same. Remember, Vibes Cartel said the same thing. Vibes Cartel said he wasn't even there at the property. He was touring, right? And when him did the last leg of that tour there, I believe him did at St. Lucia or something, and he came back to Jamaica. He said before the property was switched over into his name, the bill used to always be consistently the same, and it was a much lower bill. And then as soon as it got switched over into his name, the bill skyrocketed. 78,000 for an electric bill for a month where you weren't even home. How much is 78,000 Jamaican dollars in US dollars?
78,000 Jamaican dollars equals 485 United States dollars and 17 cents.
Class. The average Jamaican is struggling to pay that. That's crazy. His complaint has resonated with many Jamaicans who have also complained over the years about high charges from JPS. The sentiment is fueled by a belief that customers are being forced to pay for electricity bills that other people are thieving. So this is how them are gonna pull a trick for we, and get us to start fighting each other instead of start fighting them. Watch where I'm going. This is how they're gonna get us to start fighting each other instead of start fighting them. Your electricity bill is that high because the people them down a town are the one them over this so in a ghetto area are the one them in the bush and them a thief electricity. So when them thief it make your bill go higher. Now you riding around Jamaica looking for anybody, any little wire where you see a string up anywhere. So you can go tell upon them. To add some context to it. In addition to specific issues with JPS, Asafa Powell has used this platform to speak on larger issues affecting Jamaican athletes and citizens. In April of 2025, the Jamaica Observer published an article referring to Asafa Powell's general comments as a wake-up call for the nation to better support its athletes, and his social media activism has gained significant traction, sparking public discourse on the high cost of living and other challenges in Jamaica that Jamaican people face. Well, one thing and two things, people say stuff and then they vote for the people who have the stuff looking that way. So I don't understand that part. Even Asafa, I don't understand that part. But with that said, there was a discussion out there because Jamaicans have turned this political. There was a discussion out there. We're soon done the live, so I'm hang in there. Give me about. We're gonna finish at 10:30. There was a discussion out there about who met the bills so high with JPS. I went and did a little research, and I found out that JPS was among 11, 12, 13, 14, I think up to 17 at one point, electricity companies that were in Jamaica. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that Jamaica at one point had many different electrical companies there? Jamaica at one point had many different electricity companies there. And what that would do is monopoly, it would provide competition. So no one company could charge everybody so high because they would have a choice. Bright right now, them a charge too much. May I go over Demos now? That way. So since they wanted to make this into a political thing, I'm just gonna put the truth out there for everybody. It wasn't the PNP, it was the Jamaica Labour Party. It was JLP under Bustamante who sold all rights to JPS. Not sold all rights, gave them all rights in a contract. And when Bustamante gave JPS all rights to provide with all full control of Jamaica's power grid, all the other companies had to move out of Jamaica because they could not do business there anymore. Some of them, the bigger ones, actually sold out to JPS. JPS bought them their contracts and everything, and the ones them who didn't want to sell them things, they had to flee the island and go do business somewhere else. And this is how Jamaica ended up with one electrical company. Now, that one electrical company, because they know that nobody else could provide electricity there, they have a saying that says, total and absolute power breeds total and absolute corruption. Right. So because they know that nobody else can come in, because they have all right to Jamaica's power grid, they've just been running it red. Like them just make up what them make up and just charge how much them charge to who them charge. And that is how the Jamaican people got into the quagmire that they are in today. To where you have to pay all kind of monies to this one company and there is no way around it. So this whole talk of your light bill high like that because of people where a bridge light is a lie. Is a lie. Your light bill high like that because that's how much they want to charge you. Because there is no checks and balances for them. There is nothing in place that says, hey, you can't be charging these people this much. Nothing. They're not protected. The people are not protected from JPS. So again, for the people who are politicizing this and are saying another reason never to be a PMP because of them sell out within thing. No, it was done under Bustamante and the Jamaica Labour Party. All right, just for food for thought. Just food for thought. Some people did not cuss me. I was trying to explain to them the other day. I'm gonna get told, "Fuck your mother, boy." And me know say you're PNP long time, me know. I don't give two craps about either party. I will vote for one, and if they don't work, I will vote for the other one. So you might see me in a suit will have half orange and half green sometime. But as far as the love goes, my love is for Jamaica and the Jamaican people. It's just important to put truth out there though. So when we're having these discussions, conversations, or hurling insults, that we're using accurate information to do so. So again, it wasn't the PMP, it was Bustamante and the Jamaica Labour Party that gave JPS all power over Jamaica's power grid and then has surrendered the Jamaican people to that company, JPS. We can go further talking about how much of that company is owned by the Jamaican government and how much is owned by whoever else and XYZ. But I think you're intelligent enough to go look that up on your own and be flabbergasted by whatever else you found out about that. So I go. Audrey said something about solar. I was in the process of doing a research. The amount of money that Jamaicans public schools, now mind you, public schools are government run, right? Government's responsibility. How much they pay to JPS annually for electricity bill, it's not hard to find. All this is public information, right? When I saw the amount of money that the public school system in Jamaica pays to JPS on an annual basis for electricity, the millions of US dollars, I said, damn. So we government must get a cut out of this man, and them no business about the people or nothing. Y'all go look up how much. Go and look up how much the Jamaica public school system pays to JPS annually. Now these public schools, just like what Audrey did I said just now, them public school here should have been under solar long time. Long time. But you see the little 19% where the Jamaican government, watch this now, the little 19% that the Jamaican government owns in JPS, the little stake there, that little 19% alone is a whole heap of money that is shared out to whatever party is in power at that time. That little sweet piece of money there goes directly into their pockets. So it would make sense that if JLP is in power, them no want to get rid of JPS. And if PMP come in power and see and start feel the little 19% dividends and know say it goes to their pockets, them no want to change them neither. I'll close with this right here. For this election that just ran in Jamaica, the Jamaica Labour Party and their leaders had vowed to get rid of JPS. That's what they said going into the election. that they would get rid of JPS. I'm asking the Jamaican people, how is that going so far? Are they going to get rid of JPS for real? The answer is no. Jamaica is not getting rid of JPS or Jamaica Public Service Company entirely, but the government will not renew their JPS current exclusive all island license under the existing terms. I remember specifically one politician in Green, I'm not gonna call him name now until I can remember exactly who it was, because I don't want to say the wrong name, into the election, said, and we are going to be getting rid of JPS. We will not be renewing our contracts with them. All right. This is after the election now. No. Jamaica is not getting rid of Jamaica Public of JPS company entirely. But the government will not renew their current exclusive island license under the existing terms. So why never tell the people them that for election? On July 1st of 2025, Minister Darrell Vaz, that's who it was, announced that Jamaica would not renew the license, which expires in 2027. And that's all him did say. So I thought, okay, JPS out. Who's coming in? Well, instead they are seeking new licensing terms for different private sector or potentially the same company under new conditions. The government goal is to ensure lower, more affordable electricity costs and a more dependable, sustainable energy system for all Jamaicans. Make that do what it do in your brain today. I'm going to leave that one right there. You notice how who say it though? I'll give them till this time next year. So there's supposed to be really another entity coming into Jamaica, which will provide some kind of competition for JPS. But that's not going to happen. If you have common sense, you know that's not going to happen. Because imagine the kind of infrastructure they will have to come into that country and build up in order to command even half of Jamaica's power grid. All right. Hey, manners and respect to everybody tuning in this morning. We will pick up where we left off tomorrow. My granny, Miss Ruby, she said, be good. If you can't be good, be careful. And my grandfather, Mas Clevey, him say, I will see you tomorrow if God spare me life. And if God spare me life, I will see you tomorrow. All right. Have a wonderful day. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect again. One love. Walk good and be good. I'm out. Peace.